Let's get nasty on a Friday. It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. 202, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. Boy, the Packers took it to the Commanders last night. Really wasn't that close of a game. Washington had an opportunity to potentially cover for my bet the board purposes last night when they got the ball back late, but really it was a game dominated by the Packers, and I don't know how you don't come away if you hadn't already thought this, feeling as though that the Packers are a legit Super Bowl contender. They've got everything. That offense looks sharp. Doesn't matter who's coming in and out from a wide receiver standpoint. Tucker Kraft looked great again last night at tight end. The defense is legit. We'll get to Washington and maybe some of their offensive struggles, but this Green Bay team is stacked. I still have them behind Green Bay, Philadelphia in the NFC. But boys, this is a legit Super Bowl contender.
They are. I talked about it yesterday, saying that how well they performed in game one, and the addition of Micah Parsons. It's not just him that you have to worry about. One thing that adding a pass rusher like Micah Parsons does is it unlocks other people on that defense. It unlocks Rashawn Gary. It unlocks Van Ness. It allows those guys to now, instead of maybe facing two guys, maybe a guard and a center, a guard and a tackle and a running back. That attention is on Micah Parsons. So you're going to get one-on-one blocks versus that offensive line and running backs, and you just got to beat one man. So it does a lot, and it gives encouragement to that secondary. Now they know the ball is going to be coming out much quicker because we got a guy that is probably going to be a future Hall of Famer that gets after the quarterback that the offense has to have prepared for, and now they're going to get the ball out quicker. You saw the DBs from the Packers last night jumping routes, knocking balls down, doing a great job, not allowing big plays over their head. It was a really good job defensively. We already know or have an idea of what they are offensively. Tucker Kraft has been balling. He's, to me, their lead receiver. Matthew Golden, ain't heard much from him yet. Eventually, I'm sure we will, but they're finding ways to get the ball to pretty much every receiver. That's why I told you in Bet the Board I wasn't going to take a receptions for a receiver because I don't know. They all get the ball. So they are doing an outstanding job both offensively and defensively, but the addition of Micah Parsons, it just unlocks so much for that defensive line and for that secondary. They all are playing at an elite level. It's 2 games. It's not, it's not the end of the season yet, but it is looking really good for that team. Two
games, even with the changes, Jamie, to Detroit, your Lions, that's 2 playoff teams that they dominated. 2 playoff teams from a year ago that they dominated. And I thought that offensive line the last 2 weeks has been outstanding for Green Bay. Given Jordan Love time, they're able to, you can't do 5 or 7 step drops and throw the ball downfield without protection. You'll get sacked every time. Ask Sam Bradford when he was here and Josh McDaniels was the offensive coordinator. 7-step drop, you got everybody in your face, you're done. Green Bay's the offensive line is allowing Jordan Love to have that time to throw downfield, and he's picking everybody apart.
Yeah, that's a good team, man. I don't want to say I didn't believe in them before the season started. I was like, they're fine. Jordan Love has his ups and downs and whatnot. That's a really good football team. And adding Micah Parsons on the defensive side of it has changed a lot. Like Carey said, or one of you guys just said it, if you focus on him too much, somebody else is available. Mm-hmm. And if you don't focus on him, he's available. Yeah. And he's gonna mess things up for the other team's offense. And look, the Commanders were a really good team last season. They still have a lot of nice parts on that team. The Detroit Lions, they don't have 2 coordinators that they had last year, but the roster's pretty close to the same. A couple of guys on the offensive line, of course, that can change some things. Yep. But overall, Green Bay's had their way with 2 playoff teams.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide whether or not Green Bay has made these 2 previous playoff teams just look that silly, or if the previous playoff teams, and being the Lions and Commanders, aren't as good this season as they were last year. Or maybe it's a mixture of both. What do you guys think?
I think it's got to be a mixture of both, March. I agree with that. I think Detroit obviously is in transition. They've got two new coordinators, and it's going to take some time. We've talked about that. On the other side, Washington, they've got the same OC. They've got Cliff Kingsbury. They added with Deebo Samuel. Everybody else, Ertz was there last year. Jaden Daniels was there last year. Deebo Samuel was there. Deebo Samuel is the new addition. Terry McLaurin was there a year ago. It's largely the same offense. Now losing Austin Eckler, that certainly hurts. But if you watch that game last night, the Packers did a remarkable job of keeping Jaden Daniels bottled up. He really had nowhere to go. They did a nice job making sure that if he flushed right, which is where he typically wants to go, they cut that off. When he went back left, they were disciplined enough to make sure that they took away his running lanes. I thought that was a masterclass. I picked Washington last night for the sake of our Pick'em challenge because I'm going to roll the dice. I thought the game would be close. I thought it'd be a field goal either way. So I rolled the dice. I was wrong. Full stop on that. I was wrong on Washington last night. I was the one in the offseason that kept saying, I think Washington takes a step back, though. I wonder if teams start to figure out Kingsbury, which is really par for the course, dating back to Texas Tech.
Yeah.
So I do wonder if Washington's got bigger issues here than, it's just 2 weeks, and they did get the win against the Giants last week. I think there's some problems here.
Man, I'm looking at Green Bay's schedule. To me, this is a 2 to 3 loss team. Maybe. They take on Cleveland next week. Then they have Dallas, Cincinnati, Joe Burrow. Yeah. But that offensive line, if we saw what we watched last night from the Green Bay Packers, they can get to Joe Burrow. We saw the Browns do it in week 1. The Cardinals, the Steelers, the Panthers. Finally, week 10, they take on the Eagles.
Wait, man, I got the Steelers there. What do you mean?
Let's be. We're being realistic here.
Well, I don't think you need to hurt Carey for that.
I don't think you need.
I'm not. I'm being
I
honest.
think he did.
I'm being honest.
When do they play the Vikings?
They play the Vikings in week 12. But even so, I will admit that Green Bay defense, if they went up against the Vikings,
scares the hell out of you.
Yeah, absolutely it does. That's a good defense. And the Lions, they already beat them. Bears should beat them. Broncos, they should beat them. Bears should beat them again. Week 17, they take on the Ravens. This is a third-place schedule for Green Bay. I could absolutely see them taking the number 1 seed in the NFC this year.
Certainly.
So absolutely they're a Super Bowl contender. Home field advantage throughout the playoffs?
I'm going to ask you a question here. I want you to be honest.
I've been nothing but honest.
Well,
Is there a slight crap sandwich with this whole schedule thing?
No, it is what it is. They came in third
you've
place last year.
highlighted it 3 times.
They have a third-place schedule, so it is an easier schedule.
Oh,
the
there it
Lions
is.
have a first-place schedule. Their schedule is much harder. That's why some
You're
of us...
just pointing out facts.
I'm
Okay.
pointing out the facts. That's what it is.
Because sometimes I will do the thing where I'm like, oh, yeah, great team.
Now,
Schedule soft as baby spit, but yeah, good team.
if I wanted to throw a crap sandwich, Anthony, I would say come playoff time, maybe they won't be as tested as some other teams would be. That would be a crap sandwich based on their third-place schedule. But
Are you saying
I'm
that?
not saying that.
Okay, all right.
I mean, you kind of just said it.
I'm just saying if I were to be saying that, that's what I would say. But it's only week 2. I'm not going to say that.
If I did do it.
If I did do it. Oh, no, it's not.
What?
Yeah. Carey, what's your take on Washington?
I felt like they were old. I feel like they are older gentlemen playing football. Bobby Wagner is
Aren't
old.
they the
Zach
oldest team in the league?
They might be. Zach Ertz is old. Von Miller, I forgot they even added him. He's older. I
thought he was
I
coach.
forgot
They are.
I forgot they added Von Miller
They
too.
got a lot of older guys on their roster. Austin Eckler tore. I believe he tore his Achilles last night. Looked like he did.
Yeah, he's done.
Yeah, Terry McLaurin is an older gentleman. They're all in their 30s, and that's not bad for life, but for football, it's an old team. Minus Jaden Daniels, I don't. It went about how I thought it would go. Based on what I saw in week 1, they were playing a Giants team that we all know is terrible, and they really couldn't get anything going offensively. That's kind of what I expected. I am surprised, still surprised that they traded Brian Robinson to the 49ers. I feel like they had or felt like they were secure at that running back spot 2 weeks later. Now
You'll find out now.
You will find out if you're good or not because your starting running back in Austin Eckler went down. Yeah, I'm intrigued to see how this progresses for the Commanders. I just think that they're an older team. Zach Ertz still, I mean, he caught a touchdown pass. He looked really good there, but they are getting old, long in the tooth. at all of the other positions minus the quarterback. So it's going to be interesting to see how they're able to bounce back from this game as well.
So who do we think the real threats are then to Green Bay? Obviously the Eagles. Okay, the Eagles.
There you go.
That's it. I think, right as it stands right now. Obviously, things can
Do you see
change.
the Lions being a threat?
I need to see the Lions
unfortunately,
this
we
week.
just saw it last week, and there was no threat at all.
Yeah, I need to see the Lions again
That's
this
great.
week and see what they look like.
I think it's the Eagles, Packers, and then you got kind of a mixed bag from there on out.
I might have recency bias. I think if the Packers played the Eagles next week, the Packers would win.
Wasn't Green Bay the team that went into Philly first last year and they looked awful?
Well, no, that was the Brazil game.
They played in Brazil, first game
I
of the
keep
year.
thinking that one of the games.
But they also they were in that game. I think Jordan Love hurt his knee
It was close
in that game. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like 27-14 or 21 to.
So Philly's first playoff game last year was the Rams.
Oh, you're talking about the playoffs?
I'm talking about the playoffs.
Oh, no,
playoffs.
they played Green Bay.
Thank you.
And
Okay.
they took on the
Okay.
Rams.
Remember, I brought this up a couple of weeks ago, and you guys brought it back to Brazil. I'm like, why am I thinking?
Well, you gotta say playoffs.
You weren't specific.
Well, that's why I said, didn't Green Bay go into Philly last year?
Well, you still
You just did it again.
You didn't make. Yeah, they went into Philly. You didn't say in the playoffs.
But they played in Brazil the regular season.
But we don't know that you don't know that.
I know that.
We don't know that you don't know that. If I'm being fair.
I see both sides here.
Which is a rarity. So Jamie's actually speaking the truth right now.
Because, like, Anthony has a point because he really couldn't remember if it was regular season or playoff. He remembered the game, but couldn't remember what
In
part
Philly.
or whatever.
And I didn't remember that they played them in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So
all
you keep
of
saying
you
it. I'm
are-
like, no, they didn't play in Philly. They played in Brazil.
Got it. You know
No,
what?
they were in
I'll
Philly.
take
I'm going to give all of you a point.
Okay, thank you.
the other thing. I will take blame for my side of the street on this. I did not specify playoffs.
Yeah.
But yes,
But you didn't not.
I did not, though. Didn't the Packers? All right, so yeah. And they didn't look good at all. I
No,
mean,
they didn't.
the Eagles crushed them.
Eagles defense
It's a different team.
Different team.
That one, those two teams, clear top two in the NFC. Then it's like, all right, we'll see what the Lions are. We'll see what the Vikings are. We'll see what if Stafford can stay healthy and that Rams defense continues to play well. Tampa's that team that everybody keeps overlooking, and they're a real threat in at least the first round of the playoffs.
Tampa is a real threat to make it to the playoffs.
But that was a team that won a playoff game 2 years ago and then went into Detroit and gave the Lions a little bit of
You know
help.
who Molly can handle.
Yeah.
You know who they beat in that first round?
Philly.
They beat Philly, and that was a year after they went to the Super Bowl.
Yes. The Eagles had collapsed.
And they lost their offensive coordinator.
Yep.
Well, that's where the Eagles lost like the last 5 games of the
They
season.
collapsed. They had a rough second half. Sirianni was yelling at everybody. Well, you know what? He yells at everybody anyways.
Guys.
Yeah. All right. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. We've got college football. We've got more NFL. We've got some Blues. We've got a little bit of Cardinals. We also have some fantasy football, start or sit. We'll do that a little bit later on in the show. We'll give you a heads up on when we're going to do that. So you start thinking about if you got any kind of perplexing fantasy football questions that you want to throw at us, you could do that. But we do want to switch gears to the Blues. Does Logan Mailloux have more upside than Zach Bolduc? That's next on 101 ESPN. Stop being the person that is always telling your friends about how much you know about football and actually put your money where your mouth is. Go to Underdog Fantasy. Stop saying that I knew that this player was going to have a great game or I knew this player was going to get shut down by this team. You can actually win money at Underdog just for your football takes. And with football being back, Underdog is the best place to select your entries and win money all season long. You can play right now in our state of Missouri, and playing on Underdog is incredibly easy. So we got the full NFL slate this Sunday. Go to Underdog, either the website or the app, and I've got a great bonus fun offer for you here in a second. But when you go to Underdog, choose a couple of players that you either love or maybe you think could get shut down this weekend. For example, I think the Bengals are going to go off this weekend against Jacksonville, especially after their offense looked a little sloppy last week. So give me Jamar Chase higher than 86.5 receiving yards. I also think the Baltimore Ravens are going to go ham sauce on their opponent, which happens to be the Cleveland Browns. So give me Lamar Jackson higher than 211 passing yards. I think he's going to throw all over the place here. Those are just two of my picks. You can load up your card with the selections that you like. And at Underdog, if you get your entries right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash, and you can play for as little as $1. Download the app today. Sign up with my promo code, which is Anthony. That's it. That's my first name, Anthony, to score $50 in bonus funds when you play your first $5 at Underdog. Again, that promo code is Anthony. Millions of fans have already won billions making plays on Underdog. Will you be next? Underdog. Make plays, win money. Must be 18 or older and present in Missouri. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.nsbgambling.org. On 101 ESPN, Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter. Our guy, Andrew Marsh, was looking at an article today from The Athletic, and something stood out to you about a potential 2021 redraft and where certain players wound up being. Marsh?
Yeah, so Corey Pronman put this together on The Athletic, and in this 2021 redraft, Corey Pronman has Zach Bolduc redrafted from 17th overall to 18th overall. So he actually drops a spot in this redraft. And you mentioned in the last segment when you teased it, Logan Mailloux, does he have more upside than Zach Bolduc? Well, Logan Mailloux went from 31st overall to 20th overall. And Logan Mailloux has only played in 8 NHL games, whereas Zach Bolduc has had a full season. He, for all intents and purposes, a 20-goal scorer, as we like to call him. He was close, but 20 goals essentially. And there's different tiers with this. And, you know, there's the NHL All-Star, which is Tier 1. Tier 2 is Bubble Star, top of the lineup. It goes all the way down. Tier 5, which is middle of the lineup player, is where these two players sit. Now, Zach Bolduc in this redraft goes back a spot. Logan Mailloux jumps up from 31st to 20th. So do you think that Logan Mailloux has more upside based on what we saw in this article?
Well, there's a couple of things here that have happened since that draft. Let's remember that Logan Mailloux had a little bit of an off-ice incident where I believe he was rated to go in the top 10 in the NHL, and he dropped down to 31st. That off-ice situation was rectified. Logan Mailloux did a lot of work and got himself reinstated to play pro hockey. Only playing 8 NHL games so far, but still, that's part of it. because when you look on skill alone or talent alone, he would not have been drafted 31st. He would have been much higher. So now that he's back playing, it only makes sense that he would go higher than what he was at 31. Now, that being said, the real discussion is, who has more upside? I think the answer is yes. I mean, if Zach Bolduc continues to play the way he did here, using his speed, his shot, he played gritty, he finished hits, he was a pain in the butt for people out there, and he should receive more ice time per game with the Montreal Canadiens. He should, because that team's younger. They're building around players like Zach Bolduc. So the upside there is tremendous for him as a player. And Logan Mailloux, well, I think what you highlighted already, Marsh, he's only played 8 games in the NHL. So he's going to play a full season here next year. Number of games, I don't know. Does he play every game? Hopefully. That means things are going pretty well. But he's going to play a lot more. And you have to remember here, and this is when Army made this trade, he kind of highlighted it without really highlighting it. It's much tougher to find a 6'3", 220-pound right-handed shot defenseman with offensive abilities than it is to find a 6-foot left-handed shot winger. You make the argument, well, he's a 20-goal scorer. He could be a 40-goal scorer. He could be. Or he could be a 15-goal scorer next year. You don't know. But one thing you do know about a big defenseman like Logan Mailloux is he'll contribute in more ways than just one. So they're considered to be more valuable, if that makes any sense at all.
Yeah, I just find it impressive that with only 8 games played in the NHL, that he would jump so many spots. I understand the situation at the draft, but I think that is good news for Blues fans who were skeptical about what Logan Mailloux can bring to this team.
Yeah, I think the unknown is always something that we're going to debate. And the unknown is that he's only played 8 NHL games. And everybody's had a healthy dose of Zach Bolduc here. And let's be honest, and me included, we fell in love with the player. I mean, what's not to like about him? He's a great kid, very coachable, works his ass off, transformed his game from one dimension to playing a 200-foot game. He added some physicality to his game. He's got a great shot. He's electric out there. He's got lots of it. What is not to like? You fall in love with the player, like, holy moly, this guy's great. Then all of a sudden he's gone? Why would we do this for this guy here? Give it a year. I say this all the time, and I'm not comparing these two players to what we're going through here. I'm comparing the situation. As in when Brendan Shanahan got traded to the Hartford Whalers for Chris Pronger, people right away were like, why are we trading a 50-goal scorer, 200-penalty-minute guy? What the hell's going on? This big, skinny defenseman. This guy sucks. Boo! Goes on to be one of the most dominant defensemen ever in the NHL.
I told you. I knew it when they traded. And people didn't see it.
I'm not saying Bolduc is Shanahan, and I'm not saying that Mailloux is Pronger. I'm saying let's wait and see how this plays out. Both sides can win. And right now, Doug Armstrong believes he traded from a position of power, meaning he has a lot of wingers. And when you look at, even right now, rookie prospect camp, the tournament that's going on, the Blues have a ton of young forwards. So if you're going to backfill, like keep the cupboards stacked full of groceries, and your favorite thing is, let's say, I don't know, peanut butter. You got to make sure you have lots of peanut butter in the cupboard so you don't ever run out. Well, that's what Army's done here. So he had to get rid of one peanut butter, which is fine. He's got more. Whereas the
almond butter.
What?
Is it like almond butter?
All sorts of different stuff.
Okay.
Any butter you want, Carey.
The almond butter it's okay. Nutella is one of my son's favorite. He's allergic to peanuts, so we do the Nutella. Peanuts.
Yeah. Either way, it's probably better.
Yeah.
My son's allergic to tree nuts, so he can't do the Nutella, but he can do peanut butter.
Okay. It's gotta
What?
keep track.
Anyways,
Okay.
Xavier should come over. One side of the house will be peanuts, and the other side will be tree nuts.
Sounds like a plan.
Well, let's just not.
Yeah,
That sounds
because
very
you get confusing.
I don't think that's a good idea. Dust and stuff. Yeah.
Sometimes
I just want to invite. I just want to invite Xavier over.
I told you we were at a baseball game and
Yes.
lady was touching them after eating the peanuts. She was
She had her hands all over the nuts
She
and
was
was trying to touch
touching
them.
the peanuts and had her hands high-fiving everybody. Like,
You can't do
lady,
that.
I can't do that.
He's allergic to
You
peanuts.
keep your nuts to yourself.
I've said it 3 times.
Yeah.
Don't make me say it again, please.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right.
Pretty good.
Said a few beverages.
Jamie, Splashback Deuce asked if the game that we couldn't think about the other day, was it buy or sell?
No.
No? Okay.
No, it was a complicated, like, even the name of the game made you think, like, I
You know
don't know
what?
what side I'm supposed to be on.
It's going to be funny because it's going to be very easy, and we're going to be like,
Why have we not?
True or false?
That's not
yeah.
that. No, it wasn't that.
It's going to be something like that.
It was the wording
was
of
so
the damn
complex
question.
that I couldn't remember it. It's going to be yes or no.
And every time we played that game, I screwed it up. And I even would be like, which way am I supposed to go on this?
Yeah.
I think it's proved me wrong.
It was not proved me wrong.
No, it wasn't proving wrong. I know that.
I would remember that.
Man, we'll figure it out. NFL Week 2 entrance survey, or maybe not. Next on 101 ESPN.
ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. Thursday night football led to a Packers win last night over the Washington Commanders. We talked about that earlier in the show. If you missed that conversation or if you miss anything from today's show, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page. You'll find all of our interviews and full shows there. And it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. Speaking of interviews, we'll talk with Blues insider from The Athletic, Jeremy Rutherford, at 3 o'clock, so stay tuned for that. Also, the Cardinals are back in action tonight, taking on the Milwaukee Brewers. First pitch tonight is at 7:10. The Cardinals will have Andre Palante on the mound. Coming up next, though, we have NFL Week 2 entrance survey. We'll dive into Week 2 of this NFL slate. And if you have anything that you want to send in to us, if you have any opinions on the NFL or your Cardinals or Blues, whatever it is, text into the Air Comfort Service text line 314-399-9646. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
All right, time for our NFL Week 2 entrance survey. So we know last night was the true entrance of Week 2. The Packers beat the Commanders. If you missed any of our breakdown there, we did it in the first segment. You always go back and check out the podcast. But Week 2 entrance survey. All right, gentlemen, out of these teams, which one is least likely to start the season 0-2? So I'll give you the list of teams. Which one is least likely to start the season 0-2? You got the Dolphins, Seahawks, Chiefs, Falcons, Texans. Least likely to start 0-2.
You want my answer?
And I picked out some doozies, hoping I could trip you up.
I think the Dolphins are probably least likely.
Okay.
Just because the Patriots are so bad. Otherwise, I still don't know what to think of the Vikings-Falcons game right now. So I would say that the Falcons' strong possibility of winning that game, just because J.J. McCarthy really only had one good quarter in that game. But maybe he figured it out, and then maybe, I don't know.
Jamie, if I may.
Yeah.
Typically, you only have to have one good quarter to beat the Falcons.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Anthony, stop beating up your team.
Well, if that's the case, then I'll go with the Dolphins.
I'm going with the Dolphins as well. They are playing the Patriots, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. In Miami, we talked about the heat in September, how that still is impactful in terms of preparing for that game and how hot it can be. And I don't think the Patriots are good, man. No, call me crazy. I think Mike Vrabel is a hell of a coach. He got his work cut out for him, though. I don't think the Patriots are a good team. I don't think the Dolphins are a good team either. But by default, somebody generally has to win. I guess it could be a tie.
It could. There are ties in
Regular
football,
season.
which is quite
and then it
frankly
helps to know the
un-American.
rules. Helps to know the rules when there's a tie.
Yeah, regular season. But I'm going
Regular
Dolphins.
season does. Marsh?
Yeah, I'm trying to decipher whether or not I want to go with a team that is playing a worse opponent or the team that I believe that can actually stay with their opponent and win the game. So I'm deciding between the Dolphins and the Chiefs at this point. But I think I'm going to lean Dolphins just because, like what Carey and Jamie said, like the Patriots didn't impress me in week 1. And, the Dolphins had a player only meeting, which is tough to see after week 1. But I think they're going to come out and win that game. I don't know if that will mean that they'll have a good season, but I think they'll win.
What does that say that, and I'm picking the Dolphins too. Carey, you and I talked about it yesterday about the South Beach early season games that can be tougher. I don't care who you are. But what does it say that we're all choosing the Dolphins and we all believe Mike McDaniel will be fired in a month?
I just think overall they have more talent. That's the thing. So if Tua and Tyreek and Waddle, like if all these guys just have a game.
Achane,
if they just have a game, like who do the Patriots have?
Oh, they've got Drake May.
Yeah. So that's my point is the Dolphins could just have a game where it clicks. And if that's the case, or if they play even remotely good, 50% of what they can, they'll win that game.
Hunter Henry.
Oh, is he still playing? Good for him.
So, Jamie, not much. Yeah, you're right. Out of these teams, which one is most likely to start 2-0? And I gave you guys some real crap here.
This is crap.
49ers, who are starting Mac Jones.
Starting me.
In New Orleans. The Colts, who host Denver. The Raiders, who Monday Night Football, they'll host the Chargers. Or the Jaguars, who go into Cincinnati. So which of those teams most likely to start 2-0?
I'm going to go Jacksonville. I have no faith in Cincinnati. I just don't. They looked like crap their first game. Because otherwise, the other ones are just too difficult. I can't see Indianapolis even coming close to Denver. The 49ers, there's so many question marks around that. The Raiders have a tough game against a good Chargers team. So process of elimination brings me to the Jags, who are playing a team in Cincinnati that probably should have lost to the Browns. Mm-hmm. That's my pick.
My process of elimination went in a different route. Again, I agree with you. The 49ers got Mac Jones playing. They got everyone on their team banged up. The Colts are playing the Broncos team, whose defense is outstanding. And if Daniel Jones had a hell of a game week 1, I don't see it happening again. The Jaguars at Cincinnati, Cincy is a better team, and they ain't gonna not get any yards in the second half. They had 7 yards the entire second half versus the Browns. That ain't happening again.
7 good yards.
Those ain't good yards. That ain't even a first down. They didn't even get a first down in the second half. So that's not going to happen again. So for process of elimination for me, it's the Raiders, but I don't really believe it. I landed on the Raiders just because, I think the Chargers are amazing. They're outstanding, but I don't think the Jags are going to beat Cincy, and I definitely don't think the Colts or the 49ers are guaranteed locks to go 2-0.
Oh, nobody is. That's why I put these 4 teams down.
For me, and I picked New Orleans to actually beat the 49ers in our Pick'em challenge just because of how the Pick'em goes, and maybe you can steal a point there. But out of all these teams...
Tried that last night.
Yeah, it didn't work.
What are
you doing?
I know.
Based off of my criteria for the first question that you posed, who is the lesser opponent out of all these 4 teams and who they're playing? I have to go with the 49ers, even though they do have Mac Jones. But Mac Jones, it's not like he's making his first start in the NFL. You know, he's played before. He's got a few years under his belt, and he's with Kyle Shanahan. I don't know how they're going to do the rest of their time with him as quarterback, but they're playing the lesser opponent out of these 4 teams, so I will go with the 49ers, the most likely to start off 2-0.
So I'm going to go the 49ers, too. Yeah, they're playing the Saints. The Saints team's not very good. I know they're banged up. However, I trust Kyle Shanahan more than I trust Kellen Moore in his second NFL game with less talent. I think that if you look at the coaching staffs, I side with San Francisco. I think Shanahan will figure it out. Plus, if they just feed the ball to Christian McCaffrey, it should be okay. All right, call your shot. Which quarterback will surprise the most with a big performance in week 2? So, in other words, who's the Daniel Jones of week 2?
I think this one's easy. I really do. It's Mac Jones.
Mac Jones.
It's Mac Jones. If Kyle Shanahan can do what he did with Brock Purdy, who was Mr. Irrelevant, and he actually wanted Mac Jones. Not a lot of tape on Mac Jones, Carey, so...
There's plenty of tape on Mac.
Not a lot of good tape.
Not as a 49er.
Yeah, we are putting so much pressure on these coaches to make wine out of water. There was only one man that could do that. Mac Jones is...
I had to
Bill
make a
Walsh.
choice. You don't like my choice? Fine, Carey. Make your choice.
Trevor Lawrence.
Can you imagine that? Trevor Lawrence.
No, that's really a good pick.
Not bad.
I don't think the Jags win, but I think Trevor Lawrence versus that defense, I think they do really well.
All right.
I'm sorry, Jamie.
I like
that was
Bolduc.
Tanisha on
rude
my
of me.
side.
That was rude of me to say that about Mac Jones.
Yeah,
Kyle Shanahan is great. He does
took
a
a dump
great
out
job.
of a helicopter right on
he
top
does a
of
great
Mac
job.
Jones.
I mean, even in Super Bowls, he does a fantastic job.
Why is it going to be a helicopter?
Because that's a really big sky dump.
Yeah, he didn't hear what I said.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, I didn't. What'd you say?
Don't worry about it.
No, you're good.
Keep the feet moving.
Yep.
What'd you say? I got to know
He
now.
loves you.
He didn't say
I said
that.
Kyle Shanahan does a really good job, even in Super Bowls.
Told you,
I
just
heard
keep
him,
the feet moving.
And I hurt you. Marshy, you're next. I'm sorry
Well, this is
that you feel that way.
this is out of left field.
Your day will come in the second half of the season when your Steelers run out of gas.
They're fine.
Go ahead, Marshy.
All right, so I'm really predicting something here.
Oh, boy.
My quarterback to surprise in week 2, and it will come in the second half. Once Russell Wilson gets pulled from the game, Jackson Dart.
Oh, Marshy had a vision.
Jackson Dart.
Okay.
Brian Daboll. I can't do this anymore with you, Russ. We're down 16 at halftime. Jackson Dart, you're going in.
Wow.
Don't think the Giants win, but I think he has a good second half performance once he makes his NFL debut.
Okay. There you go.
That's obviously a long shot, but wouldn't that be something?
I like the creativity, Marsh.
Thank you.
Give me Justin Fields against Buffalo. Ed Oliver's out. Buffalo's run defense was gouged last week, and granted it was against Baltimore and Derrick Henry. Nonetheless, Justin Fields looked pretty sharp against the Steelers. Give me Fields. I think he has a big performance against that soft front seven that's down one of their, if not their best, front seven player in Ed Oliver. All right. That's your week 2 entrance survey here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Actually, real quick, do you guys got a QB that will fall flat?
Daniel Jones.
Like a good QB that will fall flat?
Oh, a good quarterback.
Oh, man.
I mean,
Aaron
this guy's
Rodgers.
got a lot to prove. If you know what I mean.
Who?
Sam Darnold.
Oh.
Yeah.
He does have a
Some
lot.
people say
He
the
does
most.
have a lot to prove.
Yeah, I mean, Geno Smith is balling. He better get his together. You know what I mean?
I don't think that Matthew Stafford will. Actually, you know what? I know who it is. It's Rodgers.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are just
Aaron Rodgers.
You guys are you're terrible people.
Tough defense.
Terrible people. You don't believe that.
Oh, how does it
Aaron.
feel to be hurt?
Hey, you all don't believe that.
I do.
Carey, you had your turn. Aaron, Jamie,
Yeah.
looked sharp last week, right?
Great Kazoo was on his game.
I saw some good things. Also saw a man that can't move. That's going to
Barely.
be tough against Seattle's defense. I'll tell you that much.
Yep.
Shameful.
Marsh, who's your quarterback, and why is it Aaron Rodgers?
That will fall flat?
Yes, sir.
Oh, wow. That is a good question. Oh, man, looking at this. I'll go
Probably Joe
C.J.
Flacco.
Stroud.
Oh, well,
I can see that, too.
he didn't get the memo.
I'm not trying to. I'm not. Carey's. You guys are putting him down.
Yeah.
I'm trying to lift
You
him
heard
up.
some of the crap he said already today?
This guy's been on fire today. We're not even to the through the first hour. He's slinging crap.
I'm trying to throw water on him, Anthony.
All right.
Appreciate it.
There's Marsh. He'll have what's trending for you next on 101 ESPN. This September, it's kickoff time at Auto Centers Nissan. Welcome to the Winning Drive sales event. They've got over 1,000 vehicles in one massive location right off I-55 in Herculaneum, just minutes from South County. No games, no running around, just real savings and real selection. Right now, you could take advantage of 0% APR for 60 months, zero down, and no payments for 3 months on the 2025 Rogue, Pathfinder, and Murano, all built in the United States and all backed by Nissan's top ranking in the latest J.D. Power Initial Quality Study. That's award-winning quality from day one. If you're shopping used, Auto Centers Nissan, they got you covered there too. Zero down and no payments for 3 months on a huge selection of used vehicles, and they're all priced to move. Every new Nissan comes with rock-bottom dealer pricing. Their exclusive lifetime warranty and a 30-day return promise gives you a little peace of mind if you're not completely sold with the vehicle. Bring it it back within 30 days, and they'll refund your money at Auto Centers, and they'll set you up with something that might fit you better. Get to Auto Centers Nissan Herculaneum. Tell them Stalter sent you, and visit them online at autocentersnissan.com.
What are the hot topics in the sports world?
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
It's time to find out with
What's Trending? Brought to you by Elite Comfort Experts. Heating and cooling with no gimmicks, just guarantees. EliteComfortExperts.com.
Welcome back to the Fast Lane here on 101 ESPN with Anthony Stalter, Jamie Rivers, and Carey Davis. I'm Andrew Marsh, and it's time for What's Trending. Gentlemen, I found this to be super weird, but an ACC ref has quit over the handling of a Syracuse and UConn review. And this is from Andrea Adelson and David Hale on ESPN.com. After an awkwardly handled replay late in the first half of last weekend's game between Syracuse and UConn, a longtime ACC official has quit his post over frustration with the way the review was handled, sources told ESPN today. Gary Patterson, who served as the head referee for Saturday's matchup between the Orange and Huskies and has worked as an official with the ACC since 2002, abruptly terminated his contract with the conference after the game. I find that to be so weird.
I find that to be someone who's just butthurt.
Well, my mind goes to what else is going on? Like that seems like an overreaction to something. So either he's frustrated and has been long frustrated with the job, or something's going on maybe in his personal life and it just kind of bled into the work and he's like, you know what, I'm fed up, I'm out. That's kind of where my mind goes. Like whenever there's a huge, you know how it is with kids.
What if it's not that?
And I know this is an
What if
adult.
it's not that?
Okay, well, what is it? You tell me. You tell me what it is, Jamie, since you already know.
I don't.
Sorry.
All I did is offer the other side of it, that maybe
right.
he doesn't have a whole bunch of personal issues, unlike some people.
That's why we overreacted.
Speaking of refs, did you all see that the Big 12 referees got suspended after the KU-Missouri game? You didn't see that?
For what?
Well, the Mizzou Tigers scored a touchdown and were, I guess, excessive celebrating, got a 15-yard penalty.
Which was ridiculous, by the way. Are you kidding me? These kids can't celebrate?
Can I finish?
People should be allowed to celebrate things like that.
Thank you.
They should. You score enough points, you should celebrate all of them. They got a 15-yard penalty, had to kick from 20-yard line. Oh, Eli asked the staff, the referee crew, if they could punt it. And the referee's like, yeah, sure. And Eli said, just wanted to see if we could.
I did.
It's like asking your parents if you can do something that you know they probably shouldn't let you do, but sometimes they get it wrong. The crew got fired, got suspended for the game.
You're not allowed to punt?
Not after a touchdown. After a safety, you can punt the ball. They got a 15-yard penalty because there was an excessive celebration. So if it was a safety on Mizzou, then you can punt the ball, but not after a touchdown and a penalty assessed. Pretty interesting.
That is pretty interesting.
You just see if you can do something, and then those guys get suspended, huh?
A great man once said, you don't know unless you ask.
Yeah, but when it costs somebody money and a job, not a great look. I'm just saying.
Well, maybe they should have done their job
You
properly.
know the rules.
The refs?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Mizzou did.
Exactly. So the refs should know too.
They should have.
They should
So it's
know.
their
They
fault.
should know
It's
better.
their fault
Blaming of
that
it
they
is
got
their fault.
suspended. It's their
It is
fault.
their. It is their fault.
It is their fault.
It's
They should have known.
100% their fault.
Yeah, you're right.
Jeez.
I don't know what's going on.
So we have some people texting in wanting more information about this. So the sequence that led to Patterson's departure began with 1:02 remaining in the half and UConn leading 14-3. Syracuse opened a drive at the Huskies' 25-yard line, and on first down, quarterback Steve Angeli dropped back to pass. His arm was hit as he threw, and the ball went forward about 8 yards, landing on the turf. The officials immediately ruled the pass incomplete. Syracuse then snapped the ball again with 58 seconds left on the clock, though about 25 seconds of real time passed between plays. The second down throw was nearly intercepted before two UConn players collided and the pass fell incomplete, bringing up a 3rd and 10 with 53 seconds to go. A flag was thrown after the play, however, and Patterson could be seen talking on his headset to the ACC's command center for nearly 90 seconds before announcing that quote-unquote replay had buzzed in prior to the previous play.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, Marsh, what do you think happened? What do you think's going on with this guy?
I just think he was fed up with just different replay.
The whole damn thing.
I don't know. I really don't know. That's why I find it to be weird.
Yeah.
I really don't know. Maybe there's something there, like what you said. Maybe it's something completely different. Either way, who really knows? But I've never heard of something like this.
So again, this is an adult, but you guys know, as parents, whenever your kid like really overreacts to something small, there's probably something else going on.
Why do you keep trying to go there?
Tired, hungry, I don't know, something else.
Wet their pants.
Well, no, I mean,
Depends on how old they are.
yeah,
Well, we didn't have parameters.
2,
did we?
3, yep.
sure.
He's a
Wet,
kid.
need to change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know why you're cutting this guy a deal. Like, oh, he's got something going on. Do you know how many things I have going on in my life sometimes? I gotta show up here.
and I've seen you.
And when I'm doing my job, I'm doing my job.
When the
I've
light
seen
comes
you
on.
react, and I have shown you grace because you have other stuff going on.
While doing my job?
Well, there's a certain green sticker or two that was placed on your truck, and
He didn't.
you
he-
flipped out.
Did I come back and did I win the gauntlet that day? You're damn right I did.
That was
okay. I took care of business.
Nobody was beating you in the gauntlet that day.
Took care of business.
You're
Anthony.
that ticked
I
off.
could've- But I could have used a scapegoat and be like, well, I was distracted because I get a little green stick. I didn't. I manned up. I did my damn job. I didn't quit and run away. God. Soft.
Can I bring some positivity to this show
No.
real quick? Just let me do it.
Why are you
ahead.
starting now?
Well, guys, I came across this awesome story. We were talking about Nick Saban yesterday, and he joined the Pat McAfee show today, actually. Tell me if you've ever heard this story, because this is the first time I've heard something like this. Let me play it for you guys, and
So I'm Pat McAfee today.
maybe you've heard it.
Now, the one Derrick Henry story I love to tell when he was a freshman, we were doing a pass pickup blitz period, and he's playing running back, and he doesn't block the right guy, and coaches all get on his tail for not picking up the linebacker. And he comes to me and he says, Coach, he said, you're going to have to understand something. He said, I never learned how to do any of this stuff in high school. They just turned around and tossed me the ball and told me to run with it. He said, so I don't understand any of this stuff you're talking about. He said, but I'll work at it and I'll get it. And he got it.
Man, he certainly did.
It's a great story.
Have you guys ever heard that story?
No, I know I haven't.
It's a great story.
Yeah.
We should talk about that more sometime.
We should. Great job, Marsh. You did lift our spirits. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. Well, anytime there's a sports figure that perseveres, I feel like we need to
highlight
that. We need to share that story.
Yeah. Derrick Henry didn't just quit and go home.
No, he didn't. You're right.
I mean,
He also didn't.
He's probably
run away from the show when a tornado was coming.
Shut up.
Some people say those guys were smart.
Not very tough.
Not to mention the boss was in
smart.
our back pocket telling us to go too.
I mean, we follow rules around here.
So do we. No dead air.
Jokers.
Well, no dead air.
Dead air better than,
How would I know?
Yeah.
Huh? How would I know?
Well,
if that thing came in here.
You wouldn't.
Exactly.
We would have.
Yeah.
We're safe. It's bulletproof glass.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
It has to
it
be.
is. It
Yeah,
is.
because if
I
you
know
piss
the
somebody
door
off and they
is.
want to take a shot at it.
Yes.
I don't know that it's tornado proof.
Wow.
Yeah, probably not tornado.
Don't think of a bullet and think of wind. Like,
Either
come
way.
on.
All right. Hey, Jeremy Rutherford is going to join us next. We'll talk a little Blues hockey
know if
here
it's like Toyota
on 101 ESPN.
If you're looking for a smart, stable investment, you should probably trust the experts. And when you got people like Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, and Jags owner Shad Khan all investing in U.S. farmland, you should probably take notice of that. And they're doing this because they're smart and they want to protect their money. And by the way, you don't need to be a billionaire like them either to get involved on this stuff. Not at all. Just give them a call. Chris Bronner is the founder. Give him a call and talk about farmland. Talk about investing into that. And the one thing you can count on is that you're going to have steady returns, long-term growth, and real stability for your investment. And you don't have to watch the stock market as it goes up and down and all around, and your stress levels do the exact same thing. No, farmland just keeps appreciating year after year. And yeah, do you hit the home run right away? No, but you don't have to worry about losing your money either. And if you own farmland, AgVest can help maximize its value with full-service management, from sourcing and diligence to rent and tenant selection. So there's really no excuse at all. You should at least give Chris Bronner a call. Again, he's the AgVest founder. His number is 618-520-7022. That's 618-520-7022, or visit agvestadvisors.com. Buy land. They're not making it anymore.
time for the Rutherford Report with our Blues insider, Jeremy Rutherford, on 101 ESPN.
JR is brought to you by Evergreen Wealth Strategies, helping everyday people every day. Visit evergreen-ws.com.
303, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler, with Carey Davis and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Let's head to the Callier and Thompson phone line. We're talking to our guy, Jeremy Rutherford. We'll do so each and every Friday here in the Fast Lane, especially as the season really gets going. JR, how are we doing today?
Doing well. As you guys know, I listen a bunch, and I'm always learning something. So I jumped into a knockout survivor pool for the first time this year in about 15 years, and my early pick was the Steelers. Can't go with all the gimmies, so I was taking an edgy one here. And the last segment, I learned that the Steelers might not be the right pick for me this week.
Don't listen to these guys.
Don't trust Aaron Rodgers.
Trust Mike Tomlin.
Go with your gut, JR. Go with your gut.
Trust a coach that's slightly better than 500 year after year.
I would rather. Here's the thing, JR. I would rather go with the Steelers in the first half of the season than the second half of the season.
Why? That's because Tomlin doesn't have them in shape. They sputter out.
No, that's not true. JR, you wrote yesterday, Blues training camp battles. Here are the 5 competitions to watch. Why did you highlight those 5?
Yeah, you sit back with that blinking cursor and just look at the roster and think about how things could shape up in camp. And, a lot of times it's, the fourth line. Who's going to be the center? Who's going to be on the wing? And, I tried to go a little bit more big picture because I think everybody realizes there's a couple positions to be had. But big picture, like Jimmy Snuggerud, can he lock down that top line spot? He looks so good. Those 14 games he played last year, including the 7 playoff games, he didn't look out of place at all. But a full season is different, and you're going to go through the ups and downs. And whether he gets bounced from the first line down to the third line, how does he respond? Can he bounce back? And if he can be a goal scorer that the Blues are truly lacking right now, I think that's going to be a big development this year and next year as well. So there's a few more in there. Like you said, we did 5 of them, but I tried to take a big picture approach.
JR, how much of a competition do you think it is right now going into training camp between Justin Falk and Logan Mailloux for that right side? Obviously, Falk is the experienced guy, but when you make a trade like sending Bolduc away for a player, that player's going to get an opportunity to make his mark.
Yeah, that's really interesting, and that was one of my competitions to watch. I kind of focused on Logan Mailloux, and can he show that he's NHL ready, just like the Blues kind of proclaimed him when they made the trade? And I have a sentence in there, Riv, that says, perhaps he plays so good that he takes some ice time away from Justin Falk. But I think right now, if he can just come in and lock down that third spot on the right wing, on the right defense, then I think everybody would be happy. And then I think over time, the first couple months of the season, you look at Justin Falk, he's a veteran. He's gotten the job done for a long time. Has he hit some hiccups? Yeah. Do Blues fans kind of down on him at times? For sure. But I think if you go into a season thinking that 2 weeks into the year they're going to jump Logan Mailloux to a top 4 and Falk's going to slide down, I think that's probably a little bit premature, but I think that could happen in time.
JR, we were talking about the Blues yesterday, and I mentioned how it feels like they have all the components to be a really good team. You got guys that have won a Stanley Cup. You got guys that are, on the precipice of becoming maybe superstars. You got younger guys that are still learning and eager to be a part of this roster. What is a realistic ceiling for this team this season?
Yeah, it's just a great mix. Yeah, before I answer that question, I just think you look at this roster and you're like, okay, there's a good veteran team that easily could have went to the second round of the playoffs and challenged Dallas last year. And also you look around and there's just plenty of 23-year-old guys that look like they're going to project into good players. I'm going to write a story about the prospects tomorrow. I'm sure you guys have touched on it. But the Blues are sending a prospect team to Minnesota tonight. They're going to play against the Wild tonight. They're going to play against Chicago tomorrow night. And they have a top line and a top defensive pair. We're talking 5 players, and all 5 of them were first-round picks. And it's just amazing. They look around, and you see nothing but first-round picks scattered around. So, I think that those players are probably going to be here sooner than later. But in the meantime, Carey, I think this is a team that's going to compete definitely for a wild card if they're healthy and if they get the type of production that you expect from a lot of their top guys. Now, the one thing is, and I've mentioned this in an article that's coming out maybe in a few days, but Pavel Buchnevich, his offense was down last year. He started the year at center. They moved him to wing. Jim Montgomery says he's a winger. So if he can get off to a good start this year and kind of get back closer to that 30-goal plateau, if Robert Thomas can sniff 100 points, Kyrou sniffing 40 goals, I think this is a team that could potentially compete for a second or third spot in the Central Division. But right now, I kind of see them as a wild card team until they can show a little bit more.
Jeremy Rutherford is our Blues insider with The Athletic. He's joining us right now on the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN via the Collier and Thompson phone line. JR, what advantage do you think the Blues will have entering the season? Whether that is Jim Montgomery having now a full training camp with his team, whether it's either offensively, defensively, Binnington. What do you think the Blues will have on a near night in and night out basis? What advantage do you think they have?
Yeah, I think that's the big one. We're going to talk about it a lot, probably. Jim Montgomery from day one. We had Joey Vitale on the podcast a few days ago. I think it's going to air next week, and he talked a lot about that. Just the mentality of the players showing up for camp, knowing that Jim Montgomery is your guy, knowing that he knows his X's and O's. He's got the personality, the charisma. He commands their attention, and having that from day one. Last year, even if you were a player in the Blues locker room who believed that Drew Bannister could do the job, you just weren't sure. You went into first month of the season saying, okay, let's see if this guy is the guy. Well, they know Jim Montgomery is, so they're ready for that. I think you point out Binnington. I know we talked about him a couple of weeks ago, but one thing I didn't point out, and maybe you guys have, and I didn't catch it, but it's an Olympic year, and this is a guy who wants to be the starting goaltender for Team Canada. And so you want to talk about, could it be a career year for Binnington? That's something I should have added a couple weeks ago, that this guy is going to be highly, highly motivated. So, yeah, those are two items that I think the Blues have going for them going into this season.
Jared, how much of a difference do you think it'll make for the Blues to be able to start this season with Cam Fowler as Colton Parayko's partner and obviously a healthy Philip Broberg?
Yeah, real good. Two things. One is Cam Fowler completely comfortable. Like last year, that just must have been a whirlwind for him to come from so many years in Anaheim, step in. He plays his 1,000th game in a big game at Wrigley Field. He scores a couple goals, and then from then on, he just became a defenseman who was a great pickup for the Blues. But I texted him a couple days ago. That number 4 of his from Anaheim is now available with Nick Leddy going to San Jose, and Cam Fowler said, no, I'm going to stick to 17. So, here's a player who found some success with that. He's going to stick with it. I think he's ready to get the season going. And then with Philip Broberg, he did a media interview in Europe probably a couple weeks ago, and he was asked a couple questions about all the headlines kind of disappearing from the offer sheet, and does it make things easier? And obvious answer is he said for sure. So I think he comes in, and last year he missed some time with some injuries, and of course you never know what could happen this season. But I think a healthy Philip Broberg is going to develop into not only that defensive player that uses stick to break up plays and does a tremendous job of that, but as we saw, it looked like he had a little more offensive skill than Blues fans thought of last year.
Yeah, I want to stay right there, JR, with Philip Broberg, because I think coming out of camp, the automatic top pair will be Fowler and Parayko. But when you look at the fact that Army could have extended Fowler in the offseason, and I don't know what side drugged their feet, if they had serious talks or not. I don't pretend to know what went on there. But having watched Philip Broberg just improve over the course of last season, and you're right, adding that offensive side of it, do you see a point during this season where Philip Broberg ends up partnered with Colton Parayko just because there's been a bit of a leapfrog there?
It could happen, but I look at the balance in the pairs, and if Fowler is playing that well and he's given Colton Parayko the partner that you've dreamt about for a few years, I don't see why you wouldn't stick with it and at least start with it and see. But, could Philip Broberg be the better defenseman of the two and be a number one pair guy with Parayko and have a lot of success? Yeah, but, I think if you can't afford to have Broberg in that second pair, whether it's with Justin Falk or Logan Mailloux at some point, I think that gives you really good balance in those top two pairs. So I think one day if Philip Broberg does re-sign with the Blues, we're going to see him in that top pair, and perhaps that does come down to what happens with Cam Fowler. Remember, Doug Armstrong said last summer at the end of the season, he said that we're just not in a hurry to get Cam Fowler signed, Philip Broberg. Could that be posturing? Could that be management speak? Sure. But I think they're going to take their time and try to find the right deal. Remember, Cam Fowler, 32, 33 years old, even a 3-year deal takes you to 36. You've had a lot of situations the past couple of years with Blues and aging defensemen still under contract, so they want to be careful there.
JR, in your article, you mentioned Dalibor Dvorsky and Justin Carbonneau. Do you see any extended period for them on the ice this year? Do you see them on this team at any point and have an extended period where they're playing?
Yeah, let's start with Carbonneau. First of all, gosh, he says all the right things. I talked to him, Riv, you'll love this. I talked to him yesterday, and I said, hey, you're coming into camp, you're ramped up, but you're going to be going against veterans who kind of take their time, dip their toes in before they kind of really get going. And he's like, well, I'll go through people. I don't care. Just whatever you want to do. So whether that was
love
the
that
right thing to say or not, yeah, he said it. So he's an energy guy. It's a perfect thing to say. So he's really going to bring the energy. I think at the end of the day, Carey, he'll be going back to a junior. Does he get the 9-game tryout? I don't see it unless he comes in. But he potentially could. And then with Dalibor Dvorsky, couple things. I tweeted a picture yesterday, and some fans picked up on it. It looked like he's got some pipes there, bulked up a little bit. And the other thing that Tim Taylor said, Assistant General Manager Tim Taylor, guys, he said that Dvorsky looks like he's picked up a step, and that's been a little bit of a knock on him, the skating, and he does look a little bit faster. And he blushed a little bit when you asked him about it. He wasn't willing to say too much on it, but he said he does feel a little bit faster, so that's a real good sign for Dvorsky. And whether he makes the team or not, I think he'd have to be really impressive in camp, and I think that if he was, he'd have a shot at the right side, the right wing spot, potentially on the third line. And if not, he'll go down to Springfield, show him that he deserves to be here and be back up at some point.
At JP Rutherford is where you can find Jeremy Rutherford on Twitter. Of course, you can always check out his great work at The Athletic, and he joins us each and every Friday here in the Fast Lane throughout the Blues season. JR, have a great weekend.
All right, go Steelers. If I'm going to stick with it, I need you guys pulling for me. So,
no, it's a great pick, man.
Yeah.
No issues.
Thanks, boys.
All right. See ya. That's our guy, Jeremy Rutherford. The Sports Six Pack, Part 1 is next. If you've got a question for us, send it into the Air Comfort Service text line at 314-399-9646. Again, if you've got a Sports Six Pack question for us, send it there. We'll answer it here on 101 ESPN.
the question.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
The Sports Six-Pack is now.
Time for part one of the Sports Six-Pack here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter. And here is Andrew Marsh with your first question.
Question number one.
All right, gentlemen, the first question comes from the 239. Burleson, Donovan, Contreras, Nootbaar. Who is most likely gone in 2026 and who is back?
All right, so let's go one at a time, Marsh. So say those again. Just go one at a time.
Alec Burleson.
Back.
Yep.
Back.
And a regular, and no question about it.
Brendan Donovan.
Back. Maybe with a new contract.
I don't agree with it, but he'll be back.
He'll be back.
I'm on the fence on that.
Come on, you're the Cardinals, Carey.
The spoken leader within that clubhouse, I think they retain him.
Yep.
I think they signed him to a cheap deal, too. Extension.
Wilson Contreras.
Back.
He'll be back. Not because they don't want to trade him. He's got a no-trade clause.
Yep.
And Lars Nootbaar.
Gone. I think they trade him.
I think they're tired of him.
I think they trade him. I wouldn't be shocked if they traded Nolan Gorman, too. Freed up 2 spots. One in the outfield, one in the infield, and they go that route. But I think I think Bloom realizes what Newt is and isn't, and gets out from the headache of if he's going to be durable or not. I think Newt's gone.
Question number two.
We talked a little bit about this at the beginning of the show, but the 636 may not have been listening at the time. So, with that being said, the 636 text in, I know it's only week 2, but the Packers look really good. Is it too soon to judge how good they are? Are Washington and Detroit not as good as we think? Washington had a really easy schedule last year, and now teams got a season worth of tape on Jaden, and Detroit has new coordinators, but some roster changes like on the offensive line, so it's not the same team as last year. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think, first of all, what this person should do is download the Circus Sports Illinois app. You can find it on their website or the App Store. And then they got great futures bets available. I think you should go on there and bet the Green Bay Packers as the Super Bowl champions. Great odds.
Because I think the Green Bay Packers are absolutely a Super Bowl threat. I think they're a Super Bowl contender. They have all the elements. Defensively, they're stout. They were good defensively before they added Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons put them over the top defensively. Jordan Love has looked very good. Now, I know there are times where either he gets banged up or, he tries to do. I was just talking to Bradford Bruns in the hallway about it, and it's like Jordan Love has that hero ball syndrome. But his offensive line has been incredibly impressive. They've got a stout running game. They got more than enough receivers. I don't think they had to add Matthew Gold in the offseason, but they did. It's a speed element that they didn't necessarily have before. I think the Packers are legit Super Bowl contenders. And no, I don't take anything away from how they've looked because they've played the Lions and the Commanders. Those are 2 teams that made the playoffs a year ago.
Yeah, I think the Packers are the real deal. They upgraded in multiple positions on the defense. Obviously, the main one being Micah Parsons. The defense was good prior to that trade, and now you add him. The cornerbacks look really good, and I just like how Jordan Love. We heard them talk about, they need to have a number 1 receiver. They need to draft a number 1 receiver. He gets the ball to everybody. Yeah. He has no favorite in terms of maybe Tucker Kraft is his favorite right now. And I was watching, let me tell you something. Matt LaFleur is he can call some football. He can call
that guy's pretty good,
some
Carey.
offensive plays. It was a play where it was Tampa 2, where they had one guy run up the seam to take that linebacker and capture him and make sure that the safeties stayed busy. And they ran Tucker Kraft up the seam, and it was a big play. Like, it's just beautiful. It is artwork. And that's also the ability of Jordan Love to understand what coverage they're in, what concept you have, and where the ball needs to go on time, on target, perfect pass play, 20, 25-yard gain, and you're ready for the next play. I thought they did a fantastic job last night.
And I didn't even think that was a bigger gain. Wasn't that like 40 yards or something?
It might have been.
That was a big play.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
It was a big shot.
Yeah.
All right.
Question number 3.
From the 636, six-pack question for Jamie. Since the 2018 World Junior players were cleared of all charges, is there a chance Doug Armstrong will try to sign one of them when they become eligible to be signed in October?
Yeah, this is a really delicate situation. These players were accused of inappropriate behavior, sexual misconduct, all these things. They were acquitted in the court of law. And whether you like the decision or not, I mean, the decision from the court is what it is. Now, they are still subsequently suspended until December 1st of this year. Now, they can be signed on October 15th, 2 contracts, and I think you can have them play in the minors or do whatever, but they can't play in the NHL until December 1st. And when I look at the list of players, and it's a fair question because, look, Doug Armstrong is a man of second chances. He gave Jim Montgomery another opportunity when Jim Montgomery had some off the ice issues from away from the rink issues. Jacob Verana was in the players' substance abuse program, gave him an opportunity, and then Logan Mailloux is another one where he had some things. So, if Army believes in the individual, and that the individual knows right from wrong and has rehabilitated themselves, I think the opportunity could be there. But I don't see any of these players falling on the radar for Army. Mm-hmm. Cal Foote, I don't think he's an NHL player. Fermenton, he's he's basically Alex Texier, not as talented. The only one that could really, I think, get any attention is Carter Hart, but you already have 2 goalies. Mm-hmm. So I think Carter Hart will be the first one to be signed by somebody. I could see even the Toronto Maple Leafs are a team that really desperately need a goaltender that would go get him. But I don't see Army signing any one of these players, not because of their situation, just simply because I don't think he needs them.
Well, and also, we've been talking about different battles at camp. We brought it up with Jeremy Rutherford. It seems like there's already, not that there's a bunch of questions, not in terms of Cardinal questions with how many questions they have with their franchise, but more so who is going to play where. We have the pieces. If you're the Blues, it's just trying to figure out where the pieces fit for this upcoming season. I don't know if adding more people to that mix. You already have Milan Lucic coming in as a PTO.
Yeah, he's another guy.
That's another guy. Yeah. Exactly.
So I just don't think with the prospects the Blues have in the minors and in junior hockey, I think their ceiling is higher than what's available. And if you're going to go through I would say hassle, the obstacle of a player's past or decisions that they've made or a bad choice that they've made, then it's going to have to be for, again, someone you believe in as an individual, but also at the end of the day, someone you believe can help your hockey club, your football team, your baseball team. And I just don't see that with these guys.
By the way, that question came from Wictolia in the Snake Pit. Our friend Wictolia in the Snake Pit sent it to our Air Comfort Service text line. Well said. Well, good question there, Wictolia. Air Comfort Service text line is 314-399-9646. So we've got part 2 of our Sports Six Pack coming up. Let's keep those questions rolling in here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN.
It is happening right now over at Diamonds Direct. This weekend only, you can discover the hottest looks in fashion jewelry straight from today's biggest trends. I'm thinking bold gold styles, diamond hoops, layered necklaces, stacked rings, basically everything that you're seeing right now in fashion. It's all in one place. That place is Diamonds Direct. But these extended collections that are in town, they're only available today and tomorrow. Friday, Saturday, then they head back. This is the time to get into Diamonds Direct. Refresh your jewelry wardrobe. Maybe you find that statement piece that you're going to wear each and every day. Diamonds Direct has got you covered. You can go online and check them out, diamondsdirect.com. But I'm telling you, you want to get into the showroom. You will see a selection that is unlike anywhere else. You will find the best people in the world that work there. They are fantastic. Veronica's been taking care of me over there for years. Evan, the manager, is awesome. You'll love the crew, but you don't want to miss this event. Today, tomorrow, all the latest styles at Diamonds Direct. Get into the showroom at Olive and 270 at City Place. It's Diamonds Direct.
.101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Cardinals back in action tonight, taking on the Milwaukee Brewers in Milwaukee. Andre Palante on the mound for the Cardinals. First pitch tonight is at 7:10. Last night we had some Thursday night football for you to start off week 2 of the NFL slate. Green Bay took down Washington by a final score of 27-18. If you want us to talk more football, well then send us a question to the Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646. We have part 2 of our Sports Six Pack coming up next. Could be football, could be baseball, could be hockey, it could be anything, but send us a text to the Air Comfort Service text line because part 2 of the Sports Six Pack is next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
The Sports Six Pack is now.
Part 2 of our Sports Six-Pack is right now. If you've got questions, send them in 314-399-9646. That's the Air Comfort Service text line. Marsh, question 4, please.
Question number 4.
All right, this one comes from the 618. Do you think Caleb Williams' missing throws last week is just nerves and inexperience, or do you think he might actually be a bust?
So we were actually talking about this in the office because Jamie pulled up a Dan Orlovsky clip in which he was breaking down how the timing is off because in the passing game, because Caleb Williams' eyes are like too quick. But Carey, you made an outstanding observation in that Caleb Williams, the timing is off because...
Well, I think because he's in the shotgun, and when you're accustomed to playing in the style of offense where it's RPO, run, pass, option, you're running the ball, which that fake takes the time for you to throw the ball. By the time that fake is over, you're ready to throw the ball. Being in shotgun, it's not like being under center. You're not dropping back 5 or 7 steps, which marries the route and the drop together. So by the time you hit your 5th step, whatever route the receiver is running, he's ready to break out. Whenever you drop and hit your 7th step, whatever route the receiver is running, it correlates with that drop. So I think the fact that he's in shotgun all the time is throwing his timing off, and it's forcing him to feel like, okay, I'm ready to throw the ball. Well, the receiver hasn't gotten to the point where they're finished running their route. And what he does is comes off of that receiver, starts looking elsewhere, starts scrambling around, and he starts to panic. So, God bless you.
Bless you, Marsh.
He starts to panic and figure that, oh no, the ball should be out of my hand by now, but no, it shouldn't. You would be exactly where you would be if you were in a 5 or 7 step drop based on the route that's being run. And he has to figure that out and understand, okay, I got to slow this down. I got to slow my process down. And that's what Dan was explaining. His eyes are ready. His feet are like, oh, something needs to be happening. And now I got to take off because I'm ready to throw the ball, but my receiver isn't out of his route. And it's not on the receiver. It's just having that familiarity and being comfortable running those pass plays out of shotgun.
Mm-hmm. And he's also in those same highlights, Carey, just to kind of reinforce what you're saying, is he's looking for his primary receivers too early. Mm-hmm. So then what happens is by the time they're finished their routes and they're open, because you could see it on the video, they're open, he's having to check down to the option B or C for the 2-yard pass now because that's all that's available. So the Bears are technically losing really good field opportunities because his timing is way off.
And Bill Walsh never wanted his quarterbacks in shotgun because it takes time to look at the snap, look at the ball coming at you, and if your eyes are down at the snap, or when Carey's talking about being in shotgun and running the RPOs, you're having to look at the ball, the running back,
right,
and then your eyes are down, which means you're not on the defense. Whereas if you're under center, you can execute a play fake by still looking up, and
Correct.
you know where those defenders are, so you know which option is open in which window.
The timing just meshes better when you're under center. And you have to be taught, like, if it's a 3-step drop, normally, if you're in shotgun, it's catch and throw because that times up with the route. Or catch, hitch, and throw. Catch the ball, hitch, throw it. But when it's a 5-step drop or a 5-step route, 7-step, it's just going to be longer than if you're under center versus if you're in shotgun. And it just throws the timing off. So I think he's still learning, still processing. He's probably being coached up, really well for the first time and getting that opportunity and trying his best to understand it. I still think he was decisive in all of the decisions he made. He threw some balls that were high. He didn't have a good throws all the time, but he was decisive in coming off of that route. Oh crap, I need to get rid of the ball because his mental clock has sped up. Whereas last year, he was just sitting there patting the ball, waiting, and getting hit. So I think that part has matured and grown. It's just getting to that next level of, okay, give me a half a beat longer in the pocket before you come off of that receiver.
He's learning, got barely any coaching last year, it sounds like. So just let this thing breathe a little bit. I keep saying Caleb Williams in this Bears offense, I think, is going to look much better in the second half this year than the first half. I think the first half could be bumpy. And I actually thought, like Carey just said, I thought the first game against Minnesota went better than I thought it was going to.
Much better.
So I think that over time, more reps, more familiarity in this offense, I think Caleb Williams is going to be fine. Either way, we can't call him a bust. It's almost like he's starting over in some respects.
It is kind of his rookie season all over again.
At least his rookie season with Ben Johnson.
Question number 5.
Friend of the Feather wants to know, would you turn down the Kirill Kaprizov deal?
$16 million a year? No.
Me personally?
What? Us? No.
What if you had the skill set of Kirill Kaprizov?
No.
He's making what right now? 8 or 9?
$9 million. Maybe he wants to be a free agent. Maybe he doesn't want to be there.
Maybe he doesn't like hockey. He wants to get hurt, and then he's done.
No.
Okay,
you get paid if you do that, Anthony Rendon.
Well, why would you turn down $16 million a year?
How about this? If you were a team, if you're
Doesn't
the
make any
Blues,
sense.
if you're the Blues, would you offer that amount of money to that player?
Not him.
Okay.
No, you don't want it.
He's not my franchise. He's a hell of a player, don't get me wrong. But if I'm going $16 million, it's McDavid, it's McKinnon, it's Draisaitl. It's like somebody like that.
Yeah.
That's where I'm headed with that.
Are you hoping that Minnesota and Kirill Kaprizov make a deal that large?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it ruins it. It doesn't ruin. It hinders what they're able to do.
Well,
from a salary cap standpoint.
Well, but here's what I will say about Bill Guerin. He's done a really good job of stockpiling some younger players, and he's already extended those younger players. So the salary cap squeeze wouldn't come right away. It would take a few years. But nonetheless, it still handicaps you. You're playing a game of roulette right now if you're a general manager in the NHL, and it's salary cap roulette because it will go up over the next couple of years, but then where does it go from there?
Right.
Does it continue to soar, or does it flatten out again because they went up too high too quick? I don't know.
Do you think if Kaprizov was a centerman that he would be that he would garner that much money? But because he's a winger, it doesn't really make sense. Like the people that you mentioned are center icemen.
Yeah, I mean, if he's a centerman and he's scoring 108 points, and then he had 56 points in 41 games last year, 96 points in 75 games year before. Yeah, as a centerman, I'm signing that deal for sure. But the fact that he's a winger, he's still reliant upon a centerman at this point.
Question number 6.
I'm looking pretty good with Robert Thomas, just saying.
From the 636, how can I learn more about football, like zone reads, offensive schemes, etc.?
Look what
Download
you're saying schemes instead of schemes.
Download the Gridiron guys.
Okay.
Bill?
You could have got some good information. YouTube is always
we'll just move on.
YouTube is always a phenomenal way to learn all of those things. You can learn about. You can type it in. You want to learn about RPO. You want to learn about coverages. You want to learn about pass protection and route concepts. Anything that you want to learn, you can watch the videos as well. And there are coaches that are breaking those things down. One of the best is some of it is old and grainy. Alex Gibbs, former Denver Broncos coach,
Offensive
he's showing
line.
he's showing you how they ran their zone scheme. It is, I mean, it's
I've watched
beautiful,
it,
man. Yeah, you turn into a little bit of a football junkie hearing him talk about it. But yeah, you can watch all of those things on YouTube and really, gain some insight into how plays are being called and how plays are being developed throughout a team's season.
We don't block corners, we block safeties. The corners can't tackle at our level either.
They can't tackle.
Yeah, that is. You're right. The great old grainy video.
It's grainy.
Yeah, Alex Gibbs was a mastermind.
He was.
May he rest in peace.
He was our coach in Atlanta too, and he did not like running backs that did not make one cut. One cut. He was. Jeez Louise. One cut and get north. That's it. Nothing else. Don't do anything else.
Yep.
The scheme is blocked for one cut and go, fellas. That's it. Do it.
And I think you guys had a decent rushing attack that year.
We had Duck. We had TJ Duckett. We had Warren.
DVD.
Yeah, we had Warwick Dunn. Yeah, we were.
Dunn, Vic, Duckett. Yeah. TJ Duckett's a good dude.
TJ Duck is my guy, man. That's a really good dude.
All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. I think he got drafted and then went to a concert the following night and beat the hell out of a couple of guys that jumped him.
Well, if they jumped him, they had it coming.
They did, yeah. TJ Duckett was a large human being. He's a large
Why would you
human being.
jump that guy?
Some people get stupid, Jamie.
Oh, I know.
Especially when they get a little liquor in their system.
Yeah. What is the Cardinals' biggest priority the rest of the season? We'll try to answer it next on 101 ESPN. It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. What is the Cardinals' biggest priority the rest of the season? I don't think there is a priority right now. I really don't. There's nothing to begin. If you're looking at this from the front office's standpoint, what is there left to really know? You need to make moves in the offseason. That's how we'll really know what sort of priority, if you can accomplish any of the priorities. You need pitching. You need to get out of the contract situation. Can they do that from now until the end of the year, guys?
No.
Can they get out of Arenado's contract right now? I mean, they probably could, but...
Well, they could DFA him.
They could.
They'll still be in the contract.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just to paying him, yeah.
Can they trade Lars Nootbaar right now?
Nope.
No. Gorman? No. Okay. There is no priority.
Right.
There is no biggest priority the rest of the season. There's nothing to accomplish in the final 16 games.
Well, Anthony,
unless you're going to go on a 16-game winning streak and actually do something.
All they would have had to do is go on a 3-game winning streak.
What is to be done for this Cardinals team?
They only got 15 games.
15-game winning streak. They're going to go on a 15-game winning streak? Hasn't happened.
The problem is, had they just went on a 3-game winning streak, they'd be a half game back at the Mets right now.
But the Mets have lost 6 in a row. Like each one of these teams that are fighting for this final third wild card that seems to nobody cares to win it clearly, because maybe they all know that as soon as they win it, they'll be done and might as well get a start to the offseason sooner. It is ridiculous. Like they all stink. All of them. Like nobody wants to win. The Mets have lost 6 in a row, and they're still third. They're a half game in front of the Giants and the Reds, who are trying, maybe ish, kind of, sort of, but nobody wants to win this third wild card.
I like the third wild card because it allows fan bases to keep talking about their teams. Now I'm going to start changing my mind on this because this third wild card has allowed the mediocre to hang around and hang around and hang around. The mediocre being the Cardinals, the Diamondbacks, and the Giants. They're mediocre teams. They're not bad. They're certainly not good.
Well,
They're not above.
Hold on a second.
No, you hold on for a second.
You hold
They're
on.
below 500. The Diamondbacks and Cards are.
Yeah, still in it.
That doesn't mean you're good.
That's what I'm saying. They're not good. They're not bad. They're just.
I think you're bad if you're below 500. Am I tripping?
No, bad is like. Have you seen the Rockies?
We're not comparing.
The Rockies' run differential is only 388.
That's not even bad. That's historically
minus
crap.
388, and they're on a tight little 6-game losing streak right now too.
But swept your ass, though, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. So is it bad, guys, when you're 4.5 games back, you didn't play and you gained a half game?
That's wonderful.
What does that tell you about the teams ahead of you?
It tells you that like Carey's saying, nobody else is doing anything either.
Yeah, this is bad. So this is what. Okay. In all seriousness, this is what Major League Baseball didn't want to happen. When they added the third wild card, they wanted it to be teams like the Mets are 76 and 71. There's a 6-game losing streak right now, but that's what they wanted. A team 5 games, 6 games above 500, more than one team competing for that third wild card spot. Mm-hmm. Now you've got the Giants and the Reds are 2 games above 500, but then you've got the Diamondbacks and the Cardinals that are below 500. 3 games below for the Cardinals. And if they were 500, they'd be right there. They'd be a game back of the playoff. It's I don't know.
Let me
it's
state.
It's rewarding mediocrity.
Let me state. It is. Well, this year, I'm not going to say.
This year, yeah.
I'm not going to say it all every single year, but this year it's rewarding mediocrity. You're right. This isn't. Let's think of it this way: the Mets, the Giants, the Reds. Giants and Reds 1.5 games back. Arizona 3. Cardinals only 4. This should be thrilling. What does it say that this race is so tight and it is not compelling at all?
I just had an epiphany, and I owe Jamie an apology.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Hang on. Turn up his mic.
Oh,
I apologize.
Smokes.
Yeah. Because during basketball season, you were talking about the play-in tournament and how it does. What are we doing? This is an awful concept. It's like, no, it's beautiful. All the teams get a chance, and you never know who can make it. I apologize, Jamie Barry Rivers. My apologies, because if I felt what you were feeling then, I know I apologize. Because what I am
that's a big man
what
right
I am
there.
forced to watch on a nightly basis is they just take my eyelids open so that I have to watch this. Every damn night I'm watching. Because Pete keeps texting in, just wait till they win. Just wait till they make it in. You'll see, Carey,
Pete,
Anthony, and Marsh. You guys can't get back on the bandwagon. He excluded you all. He doesn't even want me on it. Jamie, maybe you can ride the bandwagon when the Cardinals get in, because nobody wants to win the damn division.
Fine,
and
Pete.
they might just win.
When the bandwagon's on fire at the end of the year, you put it out, Pete, because we ain't doing it.
You ain't going to be there, so no, you won't. Pete will put it out. But I apologize.
Carey, I accept
I'm sorry,
your apology.
man.
It's okay.
I'm sorry. This is where we are. This is the play-in tournament.
That's really nice of you.
Kind of
Stevie.
is.
This is the play-in tournament. And none of the damn teams want to play in it. The Reds, the Giants, the Diamondbacks, and the Cardinals like, Mets, would you just damn win and get it over with?
Yeah.
And the Mets like, nope.
No, thank you.
We want to add drama.
Yeah.
We're going to lose every damn game, and you're going to lose. Everybody's going to lose all the way through the rest of the 15 games. Nobody's going to win a game, and the Mets are going to still be in.
Ryan Helsley's sitting there going, guys, I'm trying to help you here. I mean, come on.
Jesus, man.
I will say this. The only thing worse would be the Mets not blowing it. The only thing worse would be the Mets trying to blow it, and they somehow still hang on by like a half a game or something.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Everybody loses, and the Mets just fall into the playoffs because the rest of the teams are like,
because they ran out of games.
Not enough games left.
Damn, we don't have enough games on.
We don't even have a magic number yet.
Yeah.
Why?
And people are like, baseball's never been healthier. Screw you. Marshy, what's your take?
I think anything that I'm going to say would just put you guys in a bad mood. So.
No, we want to hear it. We want to hear it.
Well, do you want me to go back to the original question?
Sure.
Or do you want me to play off of what you guys were just saying?
What's the original question?
What's the original question?
The original question
I feel like
is,
we missed the mark, I guess.
What is the Cardinals' biggest priority?
Yeah.
I think you hit it on the head, Anthony. I don't think it matters at this point. I really don't, because there's progress, we always say, isn't linear, right? So even if they were to have a good rest of their September, let's say they don't make the playoffs, but they have a good rest of their September, they maybe miss out on a few games, whatever. It is what it is. I don't know if we can say, well, this team's going to be great now, heading into 2026. Like, they're building off confidence. Like, I don't know if you can say that.
The damage has already been done.
Yeah, exactly. Now, in terms of the third wild card, I think it's ridiculous. I think baseball's in a terrible spot. I was actually thinking about this today.
Oh, he's in lockstep with us.
Hey, yeah, I'm still waiting for anything you say is going to put us in a bad mood. I think you're spouting facts right now, Marsh.
I think it's in a terrible spot. However, if the Cardinals were to just put some games together, some wins together.
Oh, boy.
It's not out of the possibility that they could make the playoffs. But the question is would that be a good thing?
Yes.
It would be a good thing.
Yeah. If they make the playoffs, it would be a good thing. And I'm not even being sarcastic.
I'm talking about some fans may see that if this mediocre ball club makes the playoffs, that the ownership will continue to live in mediocrity.
Ownership's already living in mediocrity.
That's not changing.
Yeah, it's not changing. I totally get your viewpoint, and you're sharing what others believe. Good news, you're off the hook. You don't even have to worry about that. The ownership group is already they've got their feet up. They don't care. They're not going to change. They can win 15 games, whatever. Oh, they're going to change their mind. No, they're not. That's not going to suddenly inspire them to start spending more.
If you make the playoffs, you actually make their job easier. They don't have to do anything. Like, if you make the playoffs, you're exactly.
Well, then that's kind of what Marsh is saying. Like, that's the fear among the fan base. What I'm saying is the ownership group, they're not going to change their minds on that. That's it.
Whether they make it or not.
Nah.
I don't know, yeah. Just win, baby.
Okay. We need a new Gauntlet contestant, so send in your Gauntlet request. 314-399-9646, the Air Comfort Service text line. We'll play the Gauntlet in a couple of minutes.
Warriors. 4 categories, 1 challenger. Can you survive the Gauntlet?
Brought to you by Blue Note Roofing. Roofing, siding, and gutters. Visit BlueNoteRoofingSTL.com for a free inspection.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Time for the Gauntlet, and we have Kevin on the line. What's up, Kevin?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Doing great, man. Appreciate you listening. Thank you for playing today. Would you like to take on Marsh, Carey, Jamie, or me in round 1?
So last time I was on, I never got the chance to take on CD, so we're going to go with him today.
All right. Carey Davis.
Good luck, Kevin.
Thanks, Carey. You too.
All right, Kevin, go ahead and tell Marsh to spin that wheel as Carey heads to the cone of silence.
Spin that wheel, Marshy.
What category are you hoping for?
So I'm down for anything. Probably not hockey, though. But knowing the wheel, it's going to be hockey.
You never know. You never know. What do we got, guys?
Random on a Friday.
How do you feel about rando?
It could be 50-50. We'll see.
Okay. All right. Well, you're going to get thank you, Marsh. We're going to get 4 random questions today. Each one is worth 2 points unless you ask for the options. If you ask for the options, those questions become worth 1 point. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Where is the John Deere Company headquartered?
Ooh, I'm going to need the options for that one.
Sure. Is it Moline, Illinois, Dubuque, Iowa, or Austin, Texas?
Let's go with the Iowa one.
Dubuque, Iowa. Final answer?
Final answer.
On April 18th, 1942, who led a daring air raid on the Japanese mainland in retaliation for Pearl Harbor?
Let's go with the options again.
Was it Field Marshal Bernard Law Montgomery, Lieutenant Colonel James Doolittle, or Naval Commanding Officer Gerald Ford?
What were the first two again?
Field Marshal Bernard Law Montgomery or Lieutenant Colonel James Doolittle?
Let's go with Bernard Montgomery. Final answer.
All right, thank you.
Question number 3. Can you name the only athlete to capture Olympic gold medals in both indoor and beach volleyball?
Believe it or not, I cannot. But let's just go with shot in the dark and say Misty May Tenner. Final answer.
Misty May Tenner. All righty. Last question here, Kevin. Last summer, Black & Decker conducted a survey to find Americans' favorite pizza topping. That winner turned out to be...
Let's go with pepperoni. Final answer.
All right. Let's bring back Carey from the Cone of Silence. Kevin, how you feeling?
Not great.
That one was tough. I'm not going to lie. That one was challenging.
Yeah.
Let's see how our guy Carey does as he returns from the Cone of Silence. He's got his propane tank of water. He's ready to rock and or
He's all
roll.
gassed up.
He's all gassed up on gasoline.
Fight of the year.
Yeah.
Fight in a few years. Yeah, Canelo and Crawford. Yep. Huh? What's going on, fellas?
Carey, how's the Cone of Silence?
Me and Grant were chilling in there. It was warm in there. It's hot as hell.
Good.
Kevin must have breezed through these questions.
I did something with the questions. I don't know.
Random.
Oh,
Pack a lunch.
perfect for Friday.
Yep.
Random is the category. Here we go. Where is the John Deere Company headquartered?
Oh, is it Milwaukee? You mean you need a state or a city?
Both.
A state or a city? Okay, give me the options.
Is it Milwaukee? No. Moline, Illinois, Dubuque, Iowa, Austin, Texas.
That feels more like a middle of the country thing rather than a southern thing. John Deere, you say?
Mm-hmm.
What was the second option? Iowa?
Dubuque, Iowa.
Let's go with Iowa. Final answer. Dubuque, Iowa. Sorry.
On April 18th, 1942, Carey,
Good time.
who led a daring air raid on the Japanese mainland in retaliation for Pearl Harbor?
You want the country?
No, the individual. Country would be pretty easy.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying.
Oh.
Yeah, Canadian and all, but the country would be pretty easy.
Okay, well, give me the options.
All right, was it Field Marshal Bernard Law Montgomery, Lieutenant Colonel James Doolittle, or Naval Commanding Officer Gerald Ford?
Field officer.
A Field Marshal, a Lieutenant Colonel, and a Naval Commanding Officer.
Let's go Gerald Ford. Final answer.
Question number 3. Can you name the only athlete to capture Olympic gold medals in both indoor and beach volleyball?
Oh, what's her name? It's a woman. Isn't this a woman? What is her name? I think it's a woman. Carey. Options.
Options are Carey Walsh Jennings, April Ross, or Karch Carey.
Carey Walsh. She must have added the Jennings. Final answer.
Last question, Carey. Last summer, and I don't know why this company did this, but last summer, Black & Decker conducted a survey to find Americans' favorite pizza topping. That winner turned out to be...
I mean, pepperoni is very popular amongst the kiddos. Cheese is probably up there. I don't think I need the options. I don't think it's going to be sausage or pineapple or anything odd. So I'm going to cheese or pepperoni is where I'm leaning. Pepperoni was the first thing that popped into my mind, but some people don't eat meat or eat pork or eat. Everybody eats cheese if they got a pizza. Probably should have went with my first mind. I'm thinking pepperoni. But I'm gonna go with cheese. Final answer.
All righty. Let's go over these.
I have no clue on any of them.
Where is the John Deere Company headquartered? That's what we started today with Kevin and Carey battling in round 1 today in the Gauntlet. You both took the options. You both said Dubuque, Iowa. Correct answer is...
It is in the middle. Moline, Illinois.
Moline, Illinois. We got a 0-0 tie. On April 18th, 1942, who led a daring air raid on the Japanese mainland in retaliation for Pearl Harbor? You both took the options. Carey went with Naval Commanding Officer Gerald Ford. Kevin went with Field Marshal Bernard Law Montgomery. Correct answer is...
Well, of course, it's Lieutenant Colonel James Doolittle.
Doolittle.
Well, we still got a 0-0 tie.
Did a lot.
Can you name the only athlete to capture Olympic gold medals in both indoor and beach volleyball? Kevin just took a random swing at this one and went with Misty May Tenner. Carey took the options and went with Carey Walsh Jennings. Correct answer is...
Karch Carey, guys. That guy's a volleyball legend.
Jeez Louise.
Score check.
0, Carey the 1, 0-0.
0.0. It comes down to this, maybe. Last summer, Black & Decker conducted a survey to find Americans' favorite pizza topping. Oh, the winner.
Pizza topping.
That winner turned out to be... Your options: pepperoni, sausage, and extra cheese. Neither Kevin nor Carey took those options, though. Carey, after toggling between pepperoni and cheese, or in this case, extra cheese, Carey decided that, well, a lot of people don't eat meat, but everybody loves the cheesy goodness of extra cheese. So Carey said cheese. Kevin, without the options, said pepperoni. It's pepperoni. Kevin wins. If it's extra cheese, Carey wins. If it's sausage, well, we got a walk-off.
So keep going.
Kevin.
You have chosen wisely.
It was, of course, pepperoni. Carey should have went with his gut. Carey will now head to the penalty box, and Kevin gets to celebrate all weekend. He'll be back on Monday to take on either Marsh, Jamie, or me in round 2. Nice job, Kevin. Congrats.
Thank you. I don't know if I'm going to be celebrating too hard. I mean, that was...
Hey, you celebrate all wins, Kevin.
Wins a win, man.
Yes,
Wins a win.
Celebrate
5
all
years
wins,
from now,
man.
we won't remember the score. We'll just know you won.
You just know that you beat Ohio State.
Appreciate it.
See you, Kevin.
Yeah.
All right. That was a tough one.
Whew.
That was tough.
I got to ask a question.
Yeah, here we go.
What?
No. Before you start,
okay.
I always love the random questions. We have the stuff in front of us.
Yes.
So it's like, oh, yeah, why would you go that way? Right? Mm-hmm. And I'm speaking from old Wichita face here, okay? Mm-hmm. When you're on the other side and you're playing... No, I wasn't. You're right. I was saying it to put myself down, not to give an example of this.
It's fine. Keep going.
India would have been an example. Fair. It's easier on this side to look at it and be like, go ahead, Jamie. Now crush him.
I wasn't going to crush him at all.
What was your question?
What was your question?
I don't like the way you set that
What was your
up
question?
either.
What was your question?
You're being a piece of crap.
No, you're being a piece of crap.
You are. You
I'm
don't
being
even
a
know
good
what I'm gonna
teammate.
ask. You don't even know what I'm going to ask.
Is that a tornado coming? You better get downstairs.
Don't divert. No. Look over here. No.
It's actually quite beautiful outside.
My question was not just to Carey's, for the group.
It wasn't, because you said, can I ask you a question? And you looked right at Carey.
You know what, Anthony? Screw you. Carey, I'll ask you the question.
Yes.
And just because it's you that was in the gauntlet, but do we consider cheese to be a topping?
That was that when you
How do you
read
like
it
that
back.
question,
The
a-hole?
topping made more sense, and I was like, I should have went with pepperoni.
I would have, because cheese is like every pizza comes with cheese, and cheese is a very popular pizza with kids, especially.
Correct.
Just give me a cheese pizza, pizza.
Yeah.
But is cheese a topping or is it a staple?
I was thinking the same thing when
I had pepperoni in my brain
was
at
asked.
first. I was like, pepperoni, and I talked myself out of it.
Yeah, you start overthinking. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I mean,
I had no clue. Listen, man. Thought Carey Walsh was the right
Do you think
answer.
cheese is a topping or a staple?
If it were me,
If it's just cheese, I think it's the topping ish.
Yeah.
But, like
It's
when
on
you
top.
order a pizza, you don't say,
I want a cheese pizza.
well, you say that, yeah, but you.
But that'd be no toppings.
Can you imagine? I want a pepperoni pizza, no cheese.
That'd be weird, but there might be some people that do that.
That's like asking for like an ice cream with no toppings. You still have the ice cream.
Balk brings up a good point in the snake pit. He says if you pay extra for it, it is a topping.
There you go.
Okay, I'm willing to use
I
that
think
criteria.
that's why it's extra cheese.
Well, I
Sure,
said cheese.
which would be
But that's confusing because if you say cheese, it's like.
Unless it's a different cheese.
But wouldn't the extra cheese be the topping on said pizza?
I think technically you're 100% right.
I think the cheese.
But when I
is
think
like
of
an
toppings,
ingredient.
I don't know if I think of cheese.
You think of sausage?
I don't know. I don't know history very well. I know someone is
Possum.
Gerald Ford. Really, I don't know history.
Yeah, I don't know maps.
I couldn't help you.
I don't know maps, history, numbers.
Yeah,
letters.
No clue.
Cheese is both
things.
a topping and a staple. Well, that didn't help. 314.
Yeah.
Who knew?
We got the lineup.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes. Guys, we're going to play a lineup game next. No?
Yeah.
I'm still figuring out this cheese.
Yeah. Lineup game next on 101 ESPN. Hey, Underdog is the best place to select your entries, win money all season long. You can do it right here in Missouri. You don't have to travel anywhere. You do it right from your couch. Playing on Underdog is easy. All you have to do is choose a couple of players to go either higher or lower than their stats. That's it. You're always telling your buddies, about your fantasy teams, or, hey, I sat this guy because I don't think it was a good matchup, or, I'm going to play this guy because I do think he's got a great matchup. Well, you can win money just for playing at Underdog. So this weekend, I'm looking at some of these matchups. I really like a couple of teams to go off. I like the Ravens to go off. I think the Bengals are going to have a better day. How about Derrick Henry higher than 96.5 rushing yards? How about Lamar Jackson higher than 211.5 passing yards? Now, you may look at it and say, well, how many yards are going to be gained here? I think Baltimore's defense is going to be great against Cleveland. I think there's going to be plenty of opportunities for both Lamar and Derrick Henry to go off. I also like Jamar Chase to go higher than 87.5 receiving yards. Too quiet last week in Cleveland, or against Cleveland, I should say. I think against Jacksonville, Jamar Chase has a bigger day. But those are my selections. Why don't you do your own? You do your own, or you can fade mine if you want to, or follow mine. If you get your entries right, we can win up to 5,000 times your cash, and you can play for as little as $1. Download the app today. Sign up with my promo code Anthony to score $50 in bonus funds when you play your first $5. Again, that promo code is Anthony. Millions of fans have already won billions making plays on Underdog. Will you be next? Underdog, make plays, win money. Don't forget that promo code. My first name, Anthony. Must be 18 or older and present. Missouri. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms. _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.nspgambling.org. penalty box is Carey Davis, who's now debating the peeps on the
Just
old tweet machine.
Text. Oh, the Navy. That Pearl Harbor attacked where? Where was the attack? It was a naval base.
It was at Pearl Harbor in Hawaii. It was a naval base.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. The Navy doesn't have airplanes.
They do.
Okay.
Navy has pilots.
They have fighter planes too.
Yeah, Navy's
because some of
the
those
Navy
planes
has pilots.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Air Force supplies the
planes.
But either way.
Boeing.
Well,
Yeah, no, that's
sorry.
that is
Either
actually,
way. Again.
Either way.
There are Navy pilots
that fly planes that land on Navy ships.
Correct.
Yeah.
So they would
blow up stuff.
So what were they saying? What were these fine folks saying?
The Navy, those are boats, my guy. You remember that one slap conversation?
Yeah. We all would have used ours this week.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, we would be like in debt the next couple of years on the slap this week alone.
Yeah, I would have definitely been into the bank of slaps.
Man.
Okay. All right.
Whatever.
Quinn Priester.
Matthews?
No, Quinn Priester. Right-hander for the Brewers on the hill tonight. Andre Palante on the other side. So, who do we think leads off tonight?
Let me think about this. Tomato.
Well, hang on. Information here 24 minutes ago. I don't know.
Yeah, he's back.
Is Brendan Donovan has been activated from the 10-day IL, so.
Put him in there.
As a lead up. You know what? You do it, Jamie.
Lead him off.
Sure. Show us Brendan Donovan.
Look at that guy. Vibrant, handsome, hair.
All right.
You didn't think it was going to be him?
No, I just did like this, and I looked up.
You got to do
the Lincoln double
Lincoln
punch.
double punch.
Yeah.
By the way, I don't think our listeners heard that story.
You got to tell it.
We're telling.
Yeah. Lincoln, my 3-year-old, is a fan of the old double punch. Right to the eyes.
To his older brother. Who clearly,
like a champ
who clearly was not a fan.
Kristen and I, here's the worst part for Killian. We didn't believe him. We're like, how can you double punch? How can you double it? No, okay, he punched you, and then he stopped, and he punched you again. No. And sure as heck, Lincoln demonstrated for us.
Again.
The old double punch.
On Killian's face.
Killian's face. All right. Anyways, nice
you
job.
shall receive.
Grinning ear to ear. May I, guys?
Yeah,
I was going. Go ahead.
Oh, no. Carey, please.
Show us that base running savant, Yvonne Herrera.
Oh, Yvonne. That's a French-ass name, Yvonne. Yeah, my little croissant. Little cheese on my croissant.
Did you have something different?
No, sir. I wouldn't have crushed the man who's helped me single-handedly get back into this.
Seriously.
This home run derby chase.
He's done a great job.
There he is. Show us Alec Burleson.
I thought I told you I'm a star.
You're already acting like you're a star, and we haven't even opened yet.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Show us. Wilson Contreras.
You don't know how to play first base. It's not that hard. Tell him, Wash.
It's incredibly hard.
Hey, anything worth doing is.
What are we doing here? We doing Wynn?
It's a big lefty.
We doing Gorman?
Do we think Lars is in the lineup?
Hell yeah.
Then he's here.
Okay.
You do it then.
Me? Mm-hmm. Show us. Lars Newpark.
International superstar.
Watch out, don't run into any walls or anything.
Is Gorman here?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
Back-to-back lefties?
Well.
Is Wynn in the lineup?
Is Wynn still playing? I think Wynn is in.
Then he's here.
They had a few days off. It'd be Wynn, Gorman, whatever catcher you got, and then...
If Wynn's in the lineup, he's here.
All right, show us. Mason Wynn.
Second! Bring me that up!
Now you can do Gorman.
Yeah, do him.
Hang on.
Do Gorman.
Do Gorman.
Do Gorman.
Hang on.
Do Gorman, Jamie. Come on now.
Trying to take a look here at the...
Don't overthink it, Pepperoni.
Just do Gorman.
Swing Serenade is brought to you by Gorman.
Dingers! Hang me a curve and I will hit. Dingers!
Go Pajes here. Yeah, they just go. Pajes here.
Maybe it's Pozo. Who's pitching?
Palante.
Doesn't Pozo catch for Palante?
He does catch Palante a lot. Not only.
I'm not going Pozo.
Okay.
I'm just not. What do we need?
We need a
catcher and a center fielder.
Unless Newt's playing center.
Newt's not playing center. Jordan Walker doesn't play.
Because you said that? And show us Jordan Walker.
Die for every ball. It's boring otherwise, plus it looks harder. The most important play in right field is what I like to call the janitor throw. Guaranteed out every time. I call it the janitor throw because it cleans up that are trying to take an extra base on you.
That's ridiculous.
This has got to be Poso.
Or Pajes.
Or Crooks.
Oh, maybe it's Crooks. You got so many options there.
We do. We got a lot of options.
Technically have 5 catchers.
Hold on. Do we have a perfect game going, Marshy?
Yes.
I think it's Crooks.
Who do you think?
Poso does catch Palante.
But it would be Poso or Pajes at 8 and not 9. So I agree with Jamie. It's probably Crooks.
Let's do it.
I'm changing my mind.
No. Go with your gut.
I don't want to know. It's not my gut.
This is what you tell us.
Do it.
Especially me.
Do it.
Show us Poso.
No.
Surprise, surprise.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that? We're in a perfect game.
Because you guys show my nerves.
Mister, you got to go with your gut. You got to go with your gut.
My gut was not my gut anymore.
Oh, God.
I had surgery.
It was removed. Show us Crooks.
Jimmy.
Jimbo. Last chance carpool.
I told you.
What are you doing? I love Jamie. He's never wrong.
He does.
He's never wrong.
He does just.
Matrix.
Man. All right, Marsh, run it.
All right, leading off, second baseman Brendan Donovan. Batting second, your DH, Ivan Herrera. Batting third in left field is Alec Burleson. Your cleanup hitter playing first base is Wilson Contreras. Batting fifth in center field is Lars Nootbaar. Batting sixth, the shortstop, Mason Wynn. Batting seventh, playing third base, Nolan Gorman. Batting eighth in right field is Jordan Walker. And batting ninth and catching is Jimmy Crooks.
Stay fair! Go fair! I don't believe what I just saw!
Home run! Who's on the bump again? Righty or lefty?
Righty.
Okay. Give me Ivan Herrera.
Oh. That is funny stuff, man.
He's got the hot hand, and I think he's going to want to make up for that base running.
That's funny stuff.
Give me Nolan Gorman.
We're swapping again.
Give me Poso off the bench. Get back in this game.
Well, I'm going to take Brendan Donovan. He seems to be the only guy that can actually get me points. And he's back in the lineup. We saw Alec Burleson get back in the lineup and hit a home run. I think Brendan Donovan will do the same.
There you have it. Hey, in about 15 minutes or so, we are going to have fantasy football starter sit. So start to send in your questions now, and we'll have an opportunity to answer them. We'll get through as many as we can. But coming up next, College Football Week 3 Roundtable. Dive into some of the big matchups. Start locally, though, of course, with Mizzou and Illinois. That's next on 101 ESPN.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. We just got done playing the lineup game. The Cardinals take on the Milwaukee Brewers tonight. Andre Palante is on the mound for the Cardinals. First pitch tonight from Milwaukee is at 7:10. Last night, Thursday Night Football, the Green Bay Packers took down the Washington Commanders by a final score of 27-18. We'll have some NFL action for you on Sunday. Steelers and Seahawks with the pregame starting at 11 a.m., kickoff at noon. Following that will be Colts and Broncos, kickoff at 3:05, and then Sunday Night Football, the Vikings will take on the Falcons. Pregame starts at 6:30, kickoff is at 7:20. Before that, we'll have college football for you on Saturday. Tennessee, Georgia, LSU, Florida. And we are going to discuss some college football next right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. College Football Week 3 Roundtable. Carey?
From a Naval Academy graduate. More pilots graduate from the Navy than the Air Force Academy. You are good, Carey. Thank you.
There you go.
For your service.
Yes.
Sir or ma'am, I don't know. But thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. From the Fast Lane, thank you for your service. And that goes out to every member, current, or, active, or retired.
Indeed.
Thank you for your service. All right, boys. Week 3 in college football. Let's start locally here with Mizzou and Illinois. Couple of games, non-conference games, where Mizzou and Illinois are heavily favored. Mizzou will host Louisiana, and Illinois will host that team from Western Michigan, the Kalamazoo area.
The Broncos.
What question, since these are two games you should win and should do so pretty handily, what question do you guys have about Mizzou and Illinois this weekend?
Can you continue to do what you need to do to set yourself up for the future? I think when you have these expectations, like I said, Mizzou had those expectations last year. They are back in the top 25 now. The expectation is that you're supposed to win the games that you're supposed to win, and handedly. Like, it's not supposed to be a close game. Can you manage those expectations? Can you do all of the things and not have because we go to Indiana, Illinois goes to Indiana next week, and Mizzou plays South Carolina at home next week, not have one of those trap game moments where you're looking past an opponent. It doesn't matter who you're playing week in and week out in college football. I know that's a cliche thing to say, but when you're playing against those teams, those are college football players as well. They are hungry and eager to go into Illinois, go into Champaign, or go into Columbia and beat those programs. You have to be dialed in from start to finish. So what I need to see is two teams that are locked in on their current opponent, ready to play, and then, take care of that business and then go on to the next one. I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah, for me, when it comes to Mizzou, I can't see a start like last game. Against a team like Louisiana, you're a 27.5-point favorite. Like, right from opening kickoff to the final buzzer, you should be dominating that team.
Yeah.
Quite honestly, we should start seeing backup players early in the second half. The way I look at it. Like, that's what Mizzou has to do for me. I mean, like, you won your rivalry game. We've had that whole discussion. Follow it up with a nice win here. And you better get your stuff right and make sure that your plays are executing all that, because you have a massive game the next weekend.
Yeah, for me, when it comes to Mizzou, Carey, you already nailed it with Illinois. Not much to add that you didn't already illustrate. But for me, with Mizzou, I'll get real specific. I think the front seven is excellent. I think their linebackers. I love Josiah Trotter, who's the son of Jeremiah Trotter, played in the NFL for a long time. I love their athleticism, their physicality in the front seven. My question is, can the defensive backfield play discipline? Can you be more disciplined? I thought they had a bigger test than maybe what you guys thought a week ago against Kansas in terms of their offense, Kansas's offense, and the way they can throw the ball, and Jalen Daniels brings a different element with his running game. you still saw some of the mistakes in the secondary. If they can clean that up, if they can be more disciplined on the back end, they've got the players, but can you be more disciplined in that area? If they can, then I think their defense is going to really start rounding into shape when you start to get to the SEC schedule. So that would be my question there with Mizzou facing an opponent that, again, they should run roughshod over. All right, Georgia, Tennessee. Neither team has been tested thus far, but Georgia wasn't sharp last Saturday against Austin Peay. You got the Vols in an upset, or is this where Georgia flexes?
I haven't seen Tennessee play, but I did catch glimpses of that Georgia game last year versus Austin Peay, and last week versus Austin Peay. There's not a lot that impresses me about what Georgia. They got a bunch of athletes. That's a game you're supposed to win by 20, 30 points. It's not supposed to be close going into the fourth quarter. Like, you're supposed to take care of that business, and you're going to Tennessee. Tennessee is a team that I thought might have a step back because Nico Imialiava was the one that transferred from last year's team that made it to the college football playoffs, and they're still playing really well. I thought Josh Heupel was going to struggle. I thought he might have, cut off his nose to spite his face because of letting Nico leave, but they're playing well. So I think it's going to be an interesting game to see how both of those programs do this weekend. I don't know who Georgia is. I don't know who Tennessee is. You're going to have to just wait it out and see how they perform.
Georgia's dominated this matchup. They've dominated before. I agree. The Austin Peay, that game, even if you're not showing much, you can't only score 28
And it
points.
could have been what I just said, what Illinois and Mizzou are facing this week. It could have been a trap game where you were overlooking an opponent, preparing for a top 10, top 15 matchup versus Tennessee.
Right.
So it could be that. Maybe Georgia is really good. I didn't mean to cut you off. I didn't think Gunnar Stockton was something that you should be extremely excited about last year. I don't have much expectation of them this year either. So,
well, I still think their defense is going to create some havoc. They're going to pressure Tennessee's quarterback. They protect the seams really well. They limit big plays. I think that there is some explosiveness from the Vols that you have to worry about. But I like Georgia. I think they win in the trenches this week. I do. I think that the defensive front and the depth across the roster is really going to show, and I think that this is where they ramp things up offensively. Look, again, 28 points against Austin Peay. There's really no excuse for it, but that running game, I think they get it going this weekend. I think Georgia wins yet another game against Tennessee.
I got Tennessee in this game.
Yeah, go fast lane yourself.
I do. I have Tennessee in this game for the simple fact that I just don't think Georgia has the offensive punch. I just don't.
You'll see it this weekend.
Their defense is stellar, but you're also playing against a team in Tennessee that put up 45 against Syracuse, 72 the next. I'm not going to go there that one, but they got some power there. I got Tennessee in this one. So fast lane yourself.
You're going to be wrong. The Canes are 17.5-point favorites, but the Bulls of South Florida have already knocked off two ranked opponents.
Is this the hat trick?
Our odds makers sleeping on South Florida after their big win last week against Florida.
What's the spread right now?
17.5.
That seems crazy. After beating those other teams, I know. If it doesn't make sense, I know.
This is where you lay it. This is where Miami just beats the living you-know-what out of South Florida.
Well, they should, though. Like, they are the better team.
That line doesn't make any sense.
You think it should be closer?
Absolutely. Even 10 would be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. 17.5?
So you're going to go with you think Miami's going to blow them out of the water?
I think this is the week that, that South Florida, it's crushed.
Yeah, this is where the bubble bursts.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see that one. I don't know. I think Carson Beck played extremely well in his first game against Notre Dame. I thought they looked, I won't say they looked like the U of old, but they looked really good. And so I was actually very pleased with what I saw from Carson Beck because I didn't think much of him his last year at Georgia either.
Boy, you just hate Georgia quarterbacks.
No, I don't. I like some of them.
You got a problem with Stafford.
Matthew Stafford was a great quarterback. What's the Andy Murray?
Yeah.
He's a good quarterback, too. Couldn't help Mark Richt get over the hump.
Tried.
He did try. I like Georgia quarterbacks.
So this goes out to Gator in the Snake Pit. Any chance the Gators wipe away the South Florida loss with a big upset in Baton Rouge?
That would be my upset pick.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you're not impressed with LSU, or because Florida bounces back?
I think a little bit of both. I am impressed with LSU's defense. I think their defense is probably one of the top in the country. Offensively, I maybe it was just the first couple of weeks. Garrett Nussmeier, I didn't think that they were dominant or explosive or even had the caliber of athletes on the offense that I'm accustomed to seeing LSU have. And I do think that Florida game, it got away from them, and it was not a good loss. It was a terrible loss at home to South Florida. But I could see them getting right back into the thick of things and figuring it out for this week's game against LSU. I don't pay attention to the point spreads or anything like that, but I do think that it's going to be a much better game. The assumption that LSU is just going to beat the hell out of them because Florida lost to USF last weekend, I think is that's the wrong mindset to have. I think Florida's going to be competitive in this game and could potentially come down to a one-possession game where they have a chance to win it.
I think Florida got exposed a little bit last week, and I think the LSU is going to take full advantage of that. Again, the spread at 6.5. I'm not betting the spread on this one. I'm not doing the Vegas thing. I'm just going to go straight up, which I know is not maybe in the spirit of things, but
no, it's fine.
I think LSU, especially at home for this game too. I think this is a tough game for Florida with the last game still in the rearview mirror, and now they've got to go into LSU and play a pretty powerful team with a great defense. I got LSU.
So that's where I'm at. They're already licking their wounds. Billy Napier's job is, it's not even a hot seat now. The man has no ass at this point.
He's standing up.
It's bad.
He won't even sit down on the seat.
He won't. He'll never sit down again.
But if he wins this game,
sure, it's different.
It's cool.
You're gonna go into Death Valley on a Saturday night when they're 2-0 and they're all hopped up on
Mountain Dew.
LSU's defense looks really good.
They have
thus far, and that was the big question coming in. I don't even think their offense is revved up yet. So I got LSU. All right, finally, Texas A&M and Notre Dame. No, I think this is. I mean, call me crazy. I think that this, with already one loss, this is the Irish's season.
This game,
it's going to be tough to. Think of it this way: even without looking at their schedule, if they were to lose to Texas A&M. And you got back-to-back losses to start the season.
Yeah.
Even without looking at the schedule, you're telling me they don't get tripped up one more time?
Well, I'm looking at the schedule.
They don't get tripped up one more time.
No, they don't.
Looking at the schedule, they don't.
There's no chance.
With that being said,
okay, do they have enough resume builders?
That's the other part.
That's the flip side. Yeah. So that's the trap of it is.
So
the schedule is weak.
This is their season.
This is
They could be 10-2.
We're not always just disagreeing with you. Okay.
I don't feel that way. I didn't personalize that at all. I'm glad. Honestly, I'm glad we all came.
At me when he does it too.
I'm glad. Hey, Jamie, I'm glad we all came together there.
We came together. Right, Jamie?
We did.
Right?
Why not? We might as well.
Right?
We got there eventually. Together. Yeah. That's the only thing that matters.
You looked at me and snapped your head around a little bit.
Yeah, it's like that one documentary we watched where the one chick, she got her friends together. There's a lion and a scarecrow and a tin man.
Yeah.
They eventually got to where they were going.
That was almost a massive tragedy because there was a big storm.
Well, I mean, ask the one witch.
I mean, I said a massive
fast lane house fell on her face.
Yeah.
I mean, that's tough.
That was tough.
The point is,
could you imagine if she listened to her boss?
Right?
Wheels.
She wouldn't have gotten hit by that house.
No, not at all.
She would have listened to her boss and ran down the hallway.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
You're speaking the truth right now. That documentary had a lot going on.
Yeah.
It sure did.
Flying animals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Talking animals.
That happens.
Yeah. A lot of positive messages, though, overall. Fantasy football start or sit. Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646, the Air Comfort Service text line. So send in your fantasy football starts and sits. We'll get through as many as we can next on 101 ESPN. Fantasy football start or sit right now on the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. 314-399-9646. The Air Comfort Service text lines. If you got any questions for us, fantasy related, we'll get through as many as possible. Rapid fire. Go ahead, Marsh.
All right, let's start off with the 636. Kean Coleman or Jerry Jeudy, start one.
All right, so Coleman has the Jets, Jets. And Jerry Judy's got Baltimore. I think Cleveland's going to be in a negative script. I think they'd have to throw a lot. I think they're going to be behind a lot. Give me Jerry Jeudy.
I like that. I can agree with that. I'm okay with that.
What say you, Jamie?
But I do, whenever I think of which receiver I want, I generally go with which quarterback I trust more.
Sure.
And if you're weighing, I know Jamie thinks that Joe Flacco is a future Hall of Famer. He's not.
He's a shooter.
But Josh Allen is more than likely a future Hall of Famer for sure.
What has he won?
Hey, you got a point. When you're right, you're right.
MVP?
He has one there. You going Jerry Jeudy?
Yeah, I think they're going to have to throw.
Because they're going to be down.
Yep, I think you have to take that into account. I think when you're talking about fantasy football, man, you got to think about what the game script is.
I might go Keon Coleman. I liked what he did in his first game.
Yeah, write these down.
He had 7 or 8 catches.
Oh, this.
Yeah, write
these down.
Write it down.
Yeah,
write it down.
What are you surprised?
Let's keep track.
Let's keep track.
Yeah, I'll take Coleman over Jeudy.
I'll take Coleman too.
Good.
Yeah, everybody, all world against me. Yeah, bring it on.
Worked for Michael Jordan.
All right. Hey, both guys, Chicago. Got Chicago ties.
Very true.
Yeah.
All right, FedEx Colton wants to know Nick Chubb or Emeka Egbuka in the flex spot.
Ooh. Who'd you say? I was writing down my spiteful answer.
Nick Chubb or Emeka Egbuka?
Chubb against Tampa or Egbuka, who is unstoppable. Facing the Falcons. I think you got to go Egbuka.
I would agree with that.
I think he's going to see a lot of touches. So, yes.
All right. 618.
Chris Godwin did practice, though, didn't he? I'm sorry. I
think he's on. Isn't he on injured reserve?
Is he on PUP or injured reserve?
I think he's on the designated to return.
We'll
I believe.
All right, 618. Travion Henderson or Omarion Hampton? I actually have both of these guys.
Henderson or Hampton?
My running backs. No, it's not actually.
I would go Henderson.
I would go Hampton.
I mean, that's what I meant. Hampton,
yeah.
Not Henderson. I don't like the Patriots. I don't like anything they do. I don't like the fact that they're probably going to be down to the Miami Dolphins and they're not even going to be able to pass. Be able to run. They're going to have to pass.
Yeah.
So give me Omarion Hampton.
All right.
636. Travis Kelce or Sam Laporta?
Laporta.
636. Pittman or Shakir?
You might have to go Shakir. Or Pittman, they're playing the Broncos. The Broncos have a stout defense. Daniel Jones was fantastic last week.
No.
But again, when you're going quarterback, when you're going receiver, I want to choose the best quarterback. I think Josh Allen and Khalil Shakir should be able to connect. I know I just said Keon Coleman on the last one, but they're gonna pass the ball more than 15, 20 times.
This is where I would lean into who's the QB, because I don't think game script's going to matter. I would go Shakir as well.
From 618, starting Aaron Jones or J.K. Dobbins?
So Aaron Jones is against Atlanta or J.K. Dobbins, who faces, who do they have? Indy?
Yes. You both had to, with those two taken into consideration. Committee, Jordan Mason, R.J. Harvey.
Yeah. With that being, Jordan Mason almost looked like the lead back the other night.
Oh, man.
I think Aaron Jones is going to see the ball a lot.
Here's the thing. Aaron Jones, if you're looking at PPR, Aaron Jones catching passes either out of the backfield or we saw him catch a touchdown pass. He lined up as if he was a wide receiver a few times in that game. So if that's something that you want to take into consideration, I definitely would.
So I take this into consideration is the Vikings are still trying to figure out what J.J. McCarthy is. And if you're not fully confident in your quarterback to sling it around all over the field, it's going to be screen passes, dink and dunk, the handoff game. Like, that's where I would go with Jones.
Yeah, I think it's a coin flip, so I'll lean with you guys. I'll say Aaron Jones. Too. Yeah.
Lee's famous foot rubs. Bo Nix, Daniel Jones, or C.J. Stroud?
Bo Nix, C.J. Stroud, or I'm not doing anything with Daniel Jones this week.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I think Bo Nix might have a bounce back game.
Stroud.
What do you think about C.J. Stroud versus this Bucs defense?
Oh, I mean, Penix carved him up.
I'd go Daniel Jones. If you talk about game script, if you think that Indianapolis is going to be down in that game, he's going to throw the ball. And when he doesn't throw the ball, he likes to run the ball. We saw last week, he scored 2 rushing touchdowns.
For that Broncos defense,
I think Daniel Jones.
I think he's got 2. I think he's got 2. I would go with Bo Nix.
Okay.
That's what I think Bo Nix is.
I understand your thought process. Yeah. If it wasn't the Broncos defense, I think
the matchup's too difficult. I think Bo Nix out of all of them has the best matchup.
And he didn't perform particularly well last week, but
yeah,
I think Bo Nix has a bounce back game.
So do I.
All right, UPS Tony wants to know Pickens or Diggs?
George Pickens against the Giants or Stephon Diggs against the Patriots. I think this is another coin flip, but I'll go with the better player right now, and I think it's George Pickens.
I want to go George Pickens as well.
Yep.
Plus Dallas. Well, Javonte Williams looked good last week, but I just think of it like Dallas is going to have to throw the ball.
I think they're going to find a way to get more touches to George Pickens as well. Like they threw a lot of passes to C.D. Lamb last week. He dropped more than a few, but I think George Pickens gets more involved in the game plan, so I will go Pickens.
All right, let's do one more from the 573. Isaiah Pacheco or Javonte Williams at running back?
Give me Javonte Williams. I think Isaiah Pacheco is a fine person. I think he's a great person. I never got so excited about him at running back like other people have.
I always like watching him run.
He's fun to watch run, but
he's got to get out there to get to that, though.
Hey, he's a Super Bowl champion.
He is.
He is. Oh,
Tip of the cap to him.
You guys watch your mouth. That's my January team.
Go with Williams.
Williams has got the much better matchup. I mean, Pacheco has not looked great dating back to last year.
Well, he's got
Philly.
Eagles, yeah.
No, thank you. All right, hopefully we help you out. So we only disagreed on one then.
Yep.
You guys are on Keon Coleman. I'm on Jerry Judy.
You're heavy on that one.
And I will have receipts for you on
unless
Monday.
you lose.
Revenge.
And all of a sudden you can't find him.
In this life of the next. I wrote it down too.
Yeah,
Don't worry about it.
Hey, I admitted when Central Michigan fell to Pitt, I had texted. You said I wouldn't say anything. I did. I had to do it through tears, but I did it, Jamie.
I noticed tears on your phone.
NFL Week 2. The biggest storylines next on 101 ESPN. Our contest winner today for the Blues and Brews giveaway receives 2 tickets to Blues and Brews next Friday, September 19th at the Anheuser-Busch Brewery. Get fired up for the Blues season at this outdoor street party featuring live music from the band Carey, plus appearances by Blues players and alumni, food trucks, on-stage festivities hosted by 101 ESPN's Chris Kerber and Joe Vitale, and more. Tickets are on sale now for Blues and Brews, presented by Bud Light, 101 ESPN, 92.3 WIL, and Skyly Heating Company. Find all the details at 101ESPN.com. Who is Carey's underdog special in college football? Which team does he believe will win as an underdog tomorrow? I'll give you a hint. It's in the SEC. If you have the correct answer, to the Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646, and you are the 101st texter, you will win the Blues and Brews tickets. Good luck. All right, NFL Week 2, biggest storylines, and there's a handful. Let's start off with the Chiefs. Chiefs issues are real. We know that. But we've doubted Mahomes before, only to have egg on our face. And I stuck with the commitment that Carey and I made to the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. Carey ditched it as soon as he could. Are we missing a classic Mahomes moment ahead of Kansas City's home opener versus the Eagles?
Not this week.
Do we look stupid again, doubting Patrick Mahomes?
No, not this week. He's going to have to win the game alone. He's got nothing.
Got Travis Kelce.
Like I said.
He's got Taylor Swift.
She's there. It'll be great for everybody to see her in the building, but Patrick Mahomes can't pass to her. I just don't see it. Philly's just, top to bottom, offense, defense, everything. They got weapons. They've got, it ain't happening. Right now, the Chiefs, I don't know if Worthy's going to be back or not. He was practicing today, but he's
doubtful.
He's doubtful. Rashee Rice, we know that. Travis Kelce is not nearly what he was. The running game's not there. It's just too hard. No chance.
Yeah, I don't think the Kansas City Chiefs have much coming tonight, this weekend. I think the Philadelphia Eagles are, in my opinion, 1A, 1B, whatever you want to decide in the NFC with the Green Bay Packers. And I think Jalen Carter is going to play the entire game, which he didn't do last week because he made a bonehead decision right before the game started.
What happened?
It cost him $57,000.
Yeah, and he missed the game. But no, I think defensively they'll be better. The Eagles will. And offensively, I think A.J. Brown is going to get as many targets as he can stomach this weekend because he only had one last week.
Yeah.
The Kansas City Chiefs, they are in a world of hurt in terms of, injuries and suspensions and the ability to play well offensively. Defense, I think they'll be okay, but I think the Philadelphia Eagles take care of business. Even if they do win, though, I don't think the Kansas City Chiefs season is over at 0-2.
Yeah, I agree with that last part. I also agree with you guys. I don't think the Chiefs. I think you're gonna have to believe what they are. I think the game will probably be close, but let's not forget, man. The Eagles gave them hell when they lost in the Super Bowl a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Last year they just flat trucked them. Now I don't think it'll be a blowout like it was in the Super Bowl, but I don't see this Chiefs team right now with these suspensions and the injuries that they're dealing with. I could see another very difficult day. If you can't run the ball, it's going to be very difficult to open up anything. And this team hasn't thrown the ball vertically much at all. And when they have, they've had Worthy. So, yeah, I agree with you guys. I don't think we're going to see another, why did we doubt Mahomes moment on Sunday? Do you believe the 49ers can overcome their injuries and win against a bad Saints team? I actually do.
Yeah.
Saints stink.
I know Mac Jones certainly hasn't proven to be an elite quarterback or even a regular quarterback in the NFL. But I am curious to see what Kyle Shanahan can do with Mac Jones because, again, we go back to that he wanted to draft him. He obviously felt like there was something there he could work with. And if that's the case, then Kyle Shanahan's going to maximize Mac Jones against a very, very bad New Orleans team. Whether they didn't look as bad as we thought they were going to look last week, I don't care. Even the 49ers, as depleted as they are, they still have McCaffrey. I'm going Niners.
I'm going Niners too. I thought about changing. I'm looking at all the injuries that the San Francisco 49ers are dealing with. Juwan Jennings got banged up a little bit in that game. Obviously, George Kittle is out for 4 weeks at least. Brandon Ayuk is not back. You can go on and on and on with all of the injuries. But the Saints, as you said, should be picking number 1 overall in 2026. And so with that being said, somebody got to win.
Mm-hmm.
You probably believe Jamie more in Mac Jones than I do.
I believe in Kyle Shanahan.
But
same.
I'm gonna go with the team that I think is the better team because I still think defensively they're better. Spencer Rattler, he didn't perform poorly last week, but I don't know if that was just a Cardinals thing or if the Saints have actually figured something out. But I'm going with the 49ers in this one.
Yeah, I think that we're more concerned about the fact that the Cardinals struggled in New Orleans than us looking at it from anything the Saints are about. Like, if Arizona went down there and they routed the Saints, we would be like, we don't care. If it's Mac Jones, you start me. It won't matter. Yeah. I still think the Saints are in that conversation. I think they're bad. I think they're having to kind of rebuild. They're finally paying for some of their salary cap. Or, when they've structured the salary cap, they can continue to kick the can down the road. Like that's been them. They've been in salary cap hell, I think, for 20 years or so. Yeah. At some point, that will catch up to you. I think that the 49ers figure it out. I'm with you. I'm a believer in Kyle Shanahan more so than I'm a believer in Mac Jones or any of that. So I'm with you guys. Dolphins held a player-only meeting. Do those ever work, especially when it's after week 1 of the season or for the first game?
What are your thoughts on player-only meetings?
So here's my thoughts.
You gonna peel the curtain back?
Yeah, a little bit. So here's my thoughts. Sometimes they're necessary, and they're usually necessary when you have people that are on their own page, and it's usually like a couple of guys, and you don't necessarily just call those couple of guys to the carpet, but you say, hey, as a group, we're doing our own thing. We're not playing as a team. They can rally a team. Do I think the Dolphins are going to be rallied like the players-only meeting and they go on a heater? No. But I do think the players-only meeting will get them on the same page to beat the Patriots.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. I think Tyreek is already fighting with the media again today because they asked him a question about he only has 1 pass for over 30 yards since like whatever time last year, and he's like, I was just trying to piss me off. Like he's already.
That's what we want to do.
He's already. He's mad at the media. Tua's fighting with teammates and media member. McDaniel doesn't know what's going on. He looks like he's just mailed it in.
He looks like a dead man walking.
He does,
and he is. They're holding up players only meet. That's a knock on the coach too.
Well, not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
How about in this case?
Not necessarily. I think you're a bad team. Like when you have to have those meetings, when you have to have what we come to Jesus moments in amongst each other, and sometimes they can be. Sometimes words are said. Like, hey,
sometimes there's fights.
Sometimes there are. You specifically need to be better.
Me?
Not you, but you could say that to a specific teammate. And everybody else is like, yeah, you could be. And they're like, he's like, this guy is oblivious, right? He's oblivious. He's the jerk, right? But so somebody.
He's looking behind him as everybody's yelling at him.
Like, who, me?
Me?
Yeah, you. And so sometimes they work, most times they don't. But I think I agree with Jamie. It'll work well enough to win the game against New England. And everybody be like, yeah, we got it. No, you don't. You don't got it.
Is it nearly a guarantee that the Lions bounce back this week? I think that we're just assuming that Detroit bounces back and it looks easy. That looked real rough last week. And it's looked real rough since the Hall of Fame preseason game. Like, they have not had a great training camp.
I'm not looking at preseason.
That's fine. Then just look at last week.
I can look at last week.
How'd they do? They finished dead last, right?
Yeah, but they also played what right now could be the Super Bowl champion Green Bay Packers. That's a heck of a team, well-oiled machine. And they added nitrous oxide to their defense with Micah Parsons. So they looked terrible. The offense, well, you guys know I was texting throughout the game.
You're so mad.
I was so mad. It didn't look anything like it has over the last couple of years. But I do think they correct some things here, and they will find a flow at some point with the new OC and whatnot. And then the DC, I played you some clips today.
Yeah.
He was all business. Like that, he's all business. So I like the Lions in this one. I think it's a bounce-back game for sure for the Lions.
Yeah, they should be. I mean, Ben Johnson's coming in. He's probably going to have some trick plays, something that's going to surprise the Lions, something that they've seen before but maybe not ready
if he's
to
got
see.
the players to execute it.
He got some talent over there.
Yeah, but the one guy.
But it all starts at the quarterback position.
I don't think this is going to be a cakewalk for the Lions. I really don't. I think the Lions' issues need to be resolved before we just start assuming they're going to be a bounce-back team. I still pick them to win, but
you can hate all you want, Anthony. This guy's fine.
I think it's going to be tight. All right. If Russell Wilson and the Giants don't win in Dallas, do you see Wilson being benched? Now, Marsh said that he'll be benched by halftime. I don't know if you guys are willing to go that far.
Who's going to be benched?
Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson. He's got Russell Wilson being benched at halftime.
Who are they playing again?
The Cowboys.
Doesn't matter.
How about them
at halftime?
Russell, let me tell you something. Yeah, possibly. If you got to answer questions after week one about your quarterback situation, if he's not benched at halftime and he stinks this game, he won't be starting next week.
I agree.
So we're 4 quarters or 2 to 4 quarters away from bad Russell to seeing Jackson Dart.
Do we possibly see where in the first quarter even, like Jackson Dart comes in for a set of downs? To where, like, the coaching staff's like, we're going to do the college thing. Russell, you've got first
packages.
But then all of a sudden, let's go with the Jackson Dart offense for this one.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder if we see things like that happening before Russell's play falls off a cliff. And then when it does, like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I wonder if Dable just lets it play out and knows that Russell Wilson fails, and then Dart just comes in.
He might because Russell's a veteran player. He might just say, I'm going to let him until he's so bad he's begging me to come out of the game.
I think with a rookie quarterback, you don't want to throw him into a second half of a game because the game plan during the week, that starting quarterback gets all of the reps. He's going to take maybe not all, maybe 95% of the reps. A play, it might be a few plays where he takes off because he's run those plays already, but you want to give a rookie quarterback those 95 to 100% of those reps in practice the week of the game that he's going to start. I think it would be a disservice to throw Jackson Dart in there, not knowing that he hadn't had the reps, unless it's just putrid. Unless it's to the point where Russ doesn't know what color jersey they're wearing this week, and he continues to throw it to the opposing team.
I saw this. The Broncos are only 2.5-point road dogs.
It's 1.5.
It's 1.5 now?
I saw it at 1.5.
All right, so this morning it was 2.5. Now it's 1.5. Are we missing something here?
Well, the Colts have Carly Ursay on the sidelines calling plays.
Is she the second coming of Bill Walsh, or?
I don't know.
We don't know.
So we're not sleeping on the Colts.
I don't think so.
I don't know. They're at home.
It doesn't smell right.
But maybe this is the Bo Nix. Like you're high on Bo Nix, aren't you?
I'm high on
like
Sean
Bo.
Payton.
Yeah, when I hear that, it makes my skin crawl because he don't go play.
Yeah, but he designed some help. I saw. I've seen really good coaches turn good quarterbacks into MVPs, and really good coaches turn.
But most of those quarterbacks are already good. Like they already have like like Sam Darnold, for example. He was a first-round drafted quarterback, right? So it's not like you're taking a person that
turd bucket.
There you go. I was trying to find the word.
Yeah.
And making him into a future Hall of Famer or a perennial Pro Bowler or all-pro player. Like, these guys already have a skill set, but it does take the right coaching to be married up with it. And sometimes you can be, I've said this time and time again, we've seen good coaches get fired from poor play. Craig Berube is a perfect example. Really good coach. Had some really good players. They just didn't play well. So I don't know that a coach can take something that ain't great and make it great.
Let me ask you this.
If it ain't already great.
Were you high on Bo Nix?
No.
What did you think about him last year?
Thought he was fine. Fast lane fine.
Okay. They were a playoff team, though. And not just because of the defense.
And they are 1.5-point favorites versus Daniel Dimes.
Who was their coach?
Sean Payton.
Okay.
When Drew Brees was no longer in New Orleans, was Sean Payton still there?
I got the fast lane out.
He left?
Yeah.
Got up out of there?
Mm-hmm.
When Sean Payton was the coach for the Broncos, and there was a defensive lineman that wanted to put his hands around Russell Wilson's
He let him have it because he wanted Russell Wilson out.
Because Russ couldn't play football?
Correct.
Oh, and he's annoying. Both of those things are true.
Okay.
See, you hear that, and I
Sean
think
Payton's also the guy for Bountygate, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised he paid the defensive guy to go choke out Russell.
Smart. I think when I say stuff like that, Carey, I think you think that I think that they can turn any quarterback in.
Like when
I'm
I
not
hear
saying
you
that.
and Mark say that, that's what I think.
Yeah, I'm not saying that.
Because that's what my brain. That's crazy.
I'm not
in my brain. Not that you said that, but that my brain turns into that.
I don't think you problem then, Carey.
No, I'm not disagreeing. I agree. I got some issues here, Jamie. I'm not.
Okay.
We got to talk.
Do we ever?
Anyways, all right. Real quick,
issues, Anthony, your thoughts?
Your upset special for week 2.
Oof.
Give me an upset special.
Is the Saints an upset?
Yeah.
No, you know what? I said this earlier.
I know where you're going.
I don't want to do it.
Do it.
I don't want to do it.
It ain't gonna matter.
I don't want to do it. The Raiders.
Oh no, that's not where I thought you were going.
Raiders.
I'm gonna go Jacksonville.
I'm gonna go Indy.
Oh. You just flipped that fast.
It ain't gonna matter.
Of course.
Nobody's gonna remember this, except for everybody that listens as they track this stuff. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 at ESPN. We got a text in from the 314. It's a serious question with as watered down as baseball is right now and lopsided the haves and have-nots. So drastic in Major League Baseball really afford to expand, making both situations worse. We'll get into that next on 101 ESPN.
Now, right now, the biggest event is happening over at Diamonds Direct, where you can check out the hottest looks in fashion jewelry straight from today's biggest trends. Everything that you're seeing in fashion right now, all in one place. So, bold gold styles, diamond hoops, layered necklaces, stacked rings, basically everything that you're seeing in all these fashion magazines, they've got it all at Diamonds Direct. But here's the thing, they're only having these expanded collections for this weekend. It's Friday today and Saturday. That is it. Then those pieces are going to head back. So you might want to get into Diamonds Direct. You might want to check out what's new, what's hip. Maybe you got an anniversary coming up. Maybe she's got a birthday. Maybe you're thinking about popping the question, or ladies, you want to spoil yourselves. Diamonds Direct will help you do it with these extended collections that are available today and tomorrow. Go check out Diamonds Direct. Go online. Go to diamondsdirect.com. But you are going to want to get in there. Don't miss it this weekend. Go to diamondsdirect.com at Olive and 270 at City Place. It's Diamonds Direct.
It's a fast lane on 101 ESPN. So we got this text question in from the 314 earlier today. With as watered down as baseball is right now and lopsided the haves and have-nots are in baseballs, and it's so drastic, can Major League Baseball really afford to expand, making both situations worse? Marsh, I'm assuming they mean expansion of the league.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely they can. And it's got nothing to do with baseball. I don't disagree with what the 314 is indicating here about the haves and the have-nots. But Jamie laughed because he knows where I'm going with this.
What does it have to do with, Anthony?
Three words. Jamie?
Follow
the
money.
Yeah.
Dollar bill, y'all.
Or if you want to go that route, you can. If you're a football player, you go that way.
There you go.
Oddly enough, we were talking about that this morning.
Yeah.
If not, you go the accountant route.
Yeah.
Follow the money.
Follow the money.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's expansion means how many dollars for the current owners? What's the latest expansion fees for a baseball team?
For baseball? I have no idea.
How about for hockey? Just throw out an example.
I bet you hockey's going to be the next time. The last one was $750 million. The next time through, the next expansion will be $1 billion.
There you go. It's the expansion. It'll be good from the standpoint of billionaire owners making more money. That's why they'll do it. It won't have anything to do with the quality of baseball. If they were worried about the quality of baseball from top to bottom, then they would have a salary cap and a salary floor.
Well, that's not up to the owners or Major League Baseball. That's everybody. That's the players too.
Yeah. What I'm saying,
If the players are worried about it too,
if they care,
the players don't care.
No, what I'm saying is if they cared about,
I know what you're saying,
top to bottom, and I mean they as in owners and players.
Yeah, I was about to make a different point.
Got it. Go for it.
I wasn't shooting yours down.
High five.
I was actually agreeing with you, and I was piggybacking on it.
I love it.
Is the players don't care for a very specific reason, because the more expansion teams that come in, that means there's more jobs available. So if you have a 25-man roster that's up in the major leagues and you bring in 2 more teams, that's 50 more spots for somebody that won't be playing AAA baseball.
Right.
So now those guys are making major league money, and that's why the players don't care about expansion. They love it.
Yes.
So there you go.
I hate to say it, but and maybe this is just all professional sports, but I'm down on baseball right now, so I'll just stick with baseball. Again, I want to emphasize this. Maybe it's all professional sports, but Major League Baseball right now, players, owners, the business model, they don't care about the fan.
It doesn't feel like they do. It certainly doesn't.
In what way do you mean?
I mean,
how do you mean?
I mean the majority of the owners do not put out the best product. All they're trying to do is make a profit. They're not trying to be competitive. You've got 10 teams that I mean 10 maybe I'm underselling it, that they're not trying to be competitive. You have Major League Baseball blacking out home markets, trying to force fans to go to the stadium to watch mediocre products. It's not for you. The game's not for you anymore, at all. Sorry. If you're a Dodgers fan, it's for you.
I was going to say, what makes you think, or why do you think that some owners are like, the hell with it, and then other owners are like, yeah, we'll spend whatever it takes to win a championship? What is the mindset, the philosophy behind it? Because you're right. I mean, as an ownership group, your job is to make money first and foremost, I would assume. Mm-hmm. But why is it that some ownerships are like, yeah, we can make money, but we're going to spend money on an elite roster to try to win a championship as well? Is it solely the finances of that ownership group, or is it?
Yes.
So that's what it is.
So the have-nots
don't have as much as the haves.
That's right. So if we look at some of the bottom field, like the Pittsburghs and whatnot, and the Chicago White Sox, like those guys are not spending the money. They don't have the pockets of what the group does for the Dodgers. They don't have the pockets that the Phillies have. The Mets, the guys are the richest guy in baseball. Even though the Mets are just a mid team, but that. To me, that's the main reason, is that's why those teams spend a lot of money, because they can afford to spend a lot of money. And the other teams that are the bottom feeders, they don't spend a lot of money for a couple of reasons. One, if their team is remotely okay, they'll get enough people through the gate. They'll chip away at making money, but then they get just given revenue sharing to be in the league.
Right.
So if I'm owning a team, it's not so much about making my money year after year after year. It's the appreciation of my franchise year after year after year. So that if I'm the Pirates or somebody else, or I just keep bringing it up, the Nationals, it could be them. And 5 years from now, I want to sell that team. I'm going to sell it for 5 times what I bought it for, maybe even more.
Right.
And every year I've got to I've breaking even or a little
made
bit better.
a little bit more. Yeah. Okay.
It's just a business decision.
Good question. Here to the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. All right, we got Beat the Streak and Bet the Board next.
Missouri, get ready for my friends over at Circus Sports. Won't be long. I believe it's December 1st. You will have Circus Sports available here in Missouri. But before that, get ahead of the game. Download your Circus Sports Illinois app today. You find it on their website. You find it at the App Store. They've got great lines on futures bets. We talked about that earlier today. Tight money line splits as well. They have the best odds of any app that are out there. And if I'm looking at a play today, and Carey was in my ear about it earlier, he's got a tremendous amount of confidence in Andre Palante against the juggernaut Milwaukee Brewers. The Cardinals sitting at plus 153. I thought it was a little crazy, but Carey says to trust him. So head over to Circus Sports Illinois, the app. Place your bet on Andre Palante and the Cardinals. If it misses, you can blame Carey. And remember that there are bigger payouts over there at Circus Sports. They got high betting limits, and you're not going to want to miss out on any of the action. So please download Bet Like a Pro today with your Circus Sports Illinois app, and don't miss out on all the excitement that Circus Sports has available. If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Cardinals take on the Milwaukee Brewers tonight. Andre Palante on the mound. He will face off against those Milwaukee Brewers with a first pitch of 7:10. If you have missed anything from today's show, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page. You'll find all of our interviews and full shows there. That's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. Speaking of interviews, we talked earlier today with Blues insider from The Athletic, Jeremy Rutherford. So make sure you go check that out. Coming up next, though, we have Beat the Streak and Bet the Board. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
I want to hit baseballs.
All of my successes depend on me.
You're ready to hit.
The hits just keep on coming.
And his first big league hit is a bullet up the middle.
Time to play Beat the Streak here in the Fast Line on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter, and welcome in Nick. What's up, Nick?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Everything's great, man. Appreciate you joining us. Marsh, what's the latest streaks?
All right, so Carey has a streak of 3. Anthony, you, myself, and Nick have a streak of 1. And unfortunately for Jamie, he is back to 0.
Give me Contreras, William.
Okay, Nick, you're up.
Well, thanks, Carey, for catching Yelich.
Okay, loading up on some Brew Crew, huh? Marsh?
I'm going to double down and go with Brendan Donovan.
I'll take Jackson Churio.
Oh, really?
Churio.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Give me Ivan Herrera.
Oh, Ivan.
Oh, Ivan.
Nick, good luck to you. Hopefully Contreras gets a hit tonight. We'll talk to you again on Monday.
Yep, sounds good, guys.
All right.
Hey, good luck to you with the Illinois game.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep. See you guys. MIZ.
Oh, no.
Wow, he baited you.
Nick.
He totally baited,
It's okay.
baited you.
Good luck to Mizzou Tigers this weekend as well.
Oh, that was very nice
The
of you.
Raging Cajuns.
Mm-hmm.
Versus the Raging Cajuns. That's what they're playing.
Yeah. Louisiana.
Yeah.
All right, from Beat the Streak to Bet the Board. Marsh, hit us with those standings.
Guys, we are all knotted up at 4. It's anybody's month.
Yes.
Anybody's month to come in second place behind Jamie Rivers.
No doubt.
We're already starting that? Wow.
Wow.
You hit yours yesterday?
Of course
you
you
two
did.
didn't. What did you have, Anthony?
I've given you a compliment.
No, you weren't.
What did you have, Anthony?
Washington plus
I
3.5.
want those kind.
What did you have, Marsh?
I had any team to score 30, so I was looking for a field goal out of the Packers.
I thought you had, I don't know why I thought you had 40 points combined for the game. I don't know. I thought you took the
Actually, yeah, that's exactly what I
had.
All right, well, it's Jamie. It's the standings. It's the standings from last month.
Okay. I'm going back to the Guardians, baby. Give me Tanner Bibby on the bump. Minus 150 on the money line.
Is it not football? Isn't that what you guys told me yesterday? Is it not football? Is it not football season?
At least Jamie's, I mean, he's not a Super Bowl champ.
All right.
We've been talking about, not yet. We were talking about how much football has meant to us, and it's coming back, and we're all excited, and you're like, all right, I'll take Aaron Judge.
Wow,
1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs.
Right now.
Give me Saquon Barkley, 15 yards receiving.
There you go.
Or more. Minus 127.
Welcome to the dance, finally.
I'm here.
Jeez.
I'm dancing, baby.
All right, Marsh, is it you or me?
Well, it's you. Technically, you were supposed to go first, since you were leading this month before they caught up.
Oh, I thought it goes back to the previous month since we're tied.
Well,
okay, well, good thing nobody took my pick then.
It's too late now.
I'm looking at some alt spreads, Marshy style.
I like a good alt spread.
Now, you guys know
Are you parlaying this? Because you said spreads, plural.
Nope. There's one layup in the National Football League this weekend. One layup.
Oh, jeez.
I didn't want 3.5, though. So I looked at some alt lines. And guess what I found, boys?
What'd you find?
I found a -2.5 at -147.
Yeah, for the Minnesota Vikings.
On Marshy's Minnesota Vikings.
There it is.
Give me the Vikings, -2.5 on the alt line for -147. Layup City.
I don't know if you're doing this on purpose or if you genuinely hate your team.
I love my team.
He doesn't want to wear a Vikings helmet, I can tell you that.
Let me ask you this, guys, in all seriousness. We got to get to Marsh's pick. In all seriousness, do you think I should what, hype up my team?
I think you should be honest about your team.
I think your team is better than, like,
You know what,
for
Anthony?
me personally.
I think you can fan the way you want to fan for your team.
Thank you, Jamie.
Me personally, I think this is going to be a tougher game for the Vikings than it was last week against the Bears.
Why?
Well, because Michael Penix Jr. is a good quarterback.
Got no weapons right now.
Drake London.
You're lodged.
Banged up.
You're lodged in Marshy's brain right
talking
now.
about Bijan Robinson.
He picked his Vikings.
He doesn't
think you believe it, so he thinks you're actually cheering for the Falcons against his Vikings.
He doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
No, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what kind of angle you're coming at.
See? I told you.
You've been hyping them up. But here's the thing. I don't know what to believe because you have been hyping them up in the offseason. So I genuinely don't know. But I really do think that you hate your football team. Your favorite football team.
I don't.
I think he does.
I love them.
I would just love
for them to be better.
I don't think
there's also a part of me that I'm a little scared because you've missed the last two picks.
Oh, wow.
You missed your last two picks, and
he
I don't
knows
know.
that.
I've been cold. That's why I need a rock solid pick for this weekend.
And you're calling it a lock. You're calling it a lock. Nothing's ever a lock. If anybody says this is a lock,
I didn't call it a
that
lock.
means it's not a lock.
I did not call it a lock.
That's like Jamie saying it's Pozo is playing catcher today.
That was just bad.
When it really wasn't him. It was Jimmy
That was
Crooks.
bad.
Hold on. I did not call the Vikings a lock.
You just said.
I called it a layup.
He said
Layup. Whatever. It's the same thing. If you can't hit a layup.
Layup of the week by Anthony Stalter.
That's right.
What kind of layup is it? Is it the type of layup where you end up having to rebound 10 times?
No. This is a fast break, steal.
Cherry picking by himself down there.
Okay.
Yep.
Got up late. Everybody was on the other end.
All right.
Layup.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Give me Breece Hall 60-plus rushing yards
Ooh, I like
against
that.
the Buffaloes.
Bills. Okay, there you go. I'm not going to hype a team that has dragged me behind the woodshed repeatedly, you know?
No, but I thought you might hype up your quarterback.
I love Penix.
Clearly not.
But yes, I do. You know it. You know that.
You don't give that man enough respect.
But as a wise man has said, football is a team sport. It's not just about the QB.
I think if Atlanta wins on Sunday, instead of me wearing Falcon stuff, Anthony, I think you should actually wear it.
Look at what you've done to Marshy.
Jamie, you're the only person that gets me right now, Jamie.
Can we pause for a second? Anthony has successfully just ruined Marshy's weekend. He's ruined it. Until that Vikings game is over, Marshy's done.
He doesn't know what to do.
No.
You know what, though?
He's going to be texting the group at like midnight.
Gosh.
I don't know. I still don't know. I don't know how to feel.
So this was the Vikings. They'll probably be up like 13. Or actually, they could be down. Let's say they're down 13 points. I'm like, man, I don't know about this one.
It's the Falcons.
Anthony, that's what Marcy, you got it. You know why? Because I watched that game with my buddy this weekend, or on Monday, who was a Bears fan. After three quarters, he said, don't worry, you guys will win. I said, you're insane. Have you watched the game? He goes, no, I am watching the game, but I've also watched Bears football my entire life. Nothing will win this game. And he was right.
Nothing has spoken to me more than this person that you just said. Because I know exactly what he means. At some point you say enough. I'm not leaving.
I just think it's masterclass in Jedi mind tricks.
It is true. Marsha's going to be like, I don't know how to feel.
He's rattled.
I'm going to mute our group chat.
And it's Sunday night, too. It's a Sunday night football game. This is no rando. This is no rando noon game.
He actually hates your guts right now.
Really? No, he's feeling away.
No, Marsha's. He don't hate my guts.
It'd be different if he was like, you know what? I think this is going to be a close game. It could really go either way. It's a great matchup, a rematch of the national championship a few years ago between J.J. McCarthy and Michael Penix Jr. You know, I really think it could come down to the final drive. I think it's going to be a close one. But at the end of the day, I'm still going to go with the Vikings in this one. Mm-mm. I would be like, you know what, Anthony? I like that. Thank you. But no, it's going to be something along the lines of, the Falcons are going to blow it.
Yeah.
Because they always do. And then you have that grin on your face. And it's the grin that makes me nervous.
It's what I feel. I can't just tell you that it's going to be a close game and then I can't.
You really don't think the Falcons are going to win?
No. Are you kidding me?
I'm making it worse.
All right, I actually believe you.
No, I believe you. What happened last year when they went into Minnesota?
They had Kirk Cousins at quarterback. The guy had one leg.
He actually did. I mean, he had both of them there, but
Michael Penix Jr. different quarterback.
Both of them were under him. He just couldn't use both of them.
Only one was working right.
All right.
I can't wait. That's the one game I want to watch now all weekend.
It's going to be amazing.
And I can't stand the Falcons.
Mm-hmm. Wait, what?
I'm sorry.
That actually kind of hurts.
It's just a bad team.
Well,
they're not even entertaining to watch.
Well, that's wrong.
Sorry.
They haven't been in the past.
They haven't.
This is a new...
Not since Michael Vick have they been
And they
watching.
got Michael Penix.
What the hell, man? Matt Ryan won an MVP.
You don't act like it. You don't act like it.
I love Matt Ryan.
You don't act like it. You don't. You don't.
Have you
You don't like Roddy White. You don't like Peerless Price. You don't like any of those guys.
Well, I don't like Peerless, no.
What are you doing?
He hates Kyle Pitts.
He does hate it. Brian Finneran, like what?
I love Finny Fin.
Come on, man.
Oh, not when you say it like that.
From?
I don't know where.
Villanova.
Oh, he was from. Yeah.
Huh?
Algae Crumpler. I'm giving you.
I love Algae Crumpler. From North Carolina.
I did know that one. You didn't give me a chance. I was on the way.
What we learned. 3 stars a day next on 101 ESPN. Hey, Mosby Building Arts is the team that you need to call when it comes to any sort of remodel. I'll give you a story, and I've told this before, but I love to stress it because this really showcases what Mosby Building Arts is all about. We had some water literally coming into the basement because of a couple of patio doors that were in our family room. They would lead out to the patio, but there was a bunch of issues, and we had a couple of companies come out and they looked at it and they said, "Yep. We will replace the doors. We'll get that fixed, and then the problem will be fixed." And we're like, okay. Mosby was the only one that came out and said, okay, we do need to replace the doors, but your real problem with the water is because of the patio steps. Sure enough, it was. Once they removed the patio steps, you could see behind the steps where the water was coming in, where the issues were, and where it was going to become a much bigger problem unless Mosby Building Arts was on it. So if you're thinking about a remodel, do what I did. Call the company that actually gets it right. It's Mosby Building Arts at 314-909-1800. You also go online to callmosby.com, but they got a home consultant that comes out that builds a plan for your goals, not just theirs. They've got designers, plumbers, everybody's in-house, electricians, architects, all under the Mosby Building Arts name, so that they're not just subcontracting everything and your project gets delayed. Not with Mosby, the right remodeling company.
Well, we all know that selling our house can be very stressful at times, especially when the market is fluctuating, interest rates are bouncing around. Now is not the time to just trust any old average real estate agent. You need to trust the best in the business, and that is Gloria Liu with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Look, Gloria already has the buyers. She's got over 24,000 buyers in waiting, which means your home is probably already sold. You just have to start packing. And sometimes figuring out the price point of your home can be difficult. So Gloria Liu loves to help you with that. And Gloria Liu, with the guarantee, again, in her name, she offers you guarantee that she will sell your home for 100% of market value, or she pays you the difference. And all of that is in handwriting up front. So if you want to sell your home quickly for the most money, call Gloria Liu. Tell her Jamie Rivers sent you in. Her number is 314-325-6888. Again, that's 314-325-6888, or you can visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. Again, GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. As always, Gloria and the seller must agree upon the sales price and possession date.
Anything from today's show, you can always download the podcast, available at 101ESPN.com or the 101 ESPN Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's mobile app. The podcast always brought to you by Schaefer Door Company. Time to find out what everybody learned. Jamie.
I learned that you want to ruin Marshy's weekend. And the sad part about it is that on air, it's one thing. Mm-hmm. On air, it's one thing. To be like, yeah, maybe be even a little performance-based, whatever. But, Carey, what you missed, you weren't here, is the microphones went off, and then Anthony looked at Marshy, and then he doubled down. Yeah, I really don't think the Falcons are going to like him.
I don't.
That's sick and twisted.
I don't.
That is sick.
Yeah. He is a sick and twisted gentleman.
Carey, what'd you learn?
I learned that Kirk Cousins gets way too much hate on these airways for being such a great man. Yeah, he's a
we said nothing about the man. Said a lot about the playing ability.
He played on one leg, and he actually had two.
You said that.
You didn't disagree.
In fairness, I said it.
He said
Marsh said it.
I said he had two legs. Just one wasn't working as well as the other.
Okay, that's what you said. Marsh, what'd you learn?
Anthony, I learned that you don't believe in your team. You hate your team.
He does hate his team.
And that's a stark difference than Mizzou fans who love their team. so much. I think it's a little bit of a yin and yang thing that we experienced this week.
I love my team. I just don't trust my team. Real quick, what I learned, the reason the ACC referee quit suddenly was due to feeling like he and other white hats were being undermined by the replay officials that work for the ACC. I don't know that exact referee, but I do know the back judge and umpire on crew. Food for thought. That was from our guy, Sweet Voice James. So a little sharing there. I was going back to that umpire story.
Yeah.
No, stop.
I'm not back.
Fire away, Marsh.
It's time for the Fast Lane's 3 Stars of the Day. Presented by Circus Sports Illinois. Sports betting the way it should be.
Third star of the day goes out to pizza toppings. We love pizza.
Yeah.
Yes, Pizza Friday in the Stalter household.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. That's right.
Second star of the day goes out
Lincoln's
to the quote, Navy boats my guy.
Yeah, that was.
I learned a lot about the Navy today.
We certainly did.
And of course, the first star of the day, the Atlanta Falcons.
Stop it, Marsh.
Football.
You're not going to reverse this jinx. All right, it's just too strong. All right, everybody, your team's going to win this weekend. Don't forget, your college football team will win this weekend because it's the best college football team. From the Fast Lane, we out. See you.